Okay, there we go. My mic works. My penis grows in duplity. It is have it. What the it is has. Yeah, my booty hurts. By the way, my booty already tingling right now. Okay. It's been like 6 months since I've officially actually tried playing the dang game. Oh damn! What the wait? Hold up, bro. Trying to kiss me? Mwah, baby. Mwah. All right, we're back. I know. What's up, Laura? I temporarily escaped the realm because of all the BS that has been going on with the realm, right? You know what I'm saying, all right? But we're back though. We're back. Man, it's been freaking forever since I touched this game, man. I literally just recently, it was like a few days ago, I think I just updated the game. I didn't even mean to actually update the game. I did not mean to. 2v8 is back up in the club? What? Hey, yo. Okay. We're back. Fuck them hoes. All right. All right, we're back. I don't know that the sun rise, bitch. Okay. It's been forever since I've played this game, right? I have not really been streaming at all because I'm kind of a lazy fuck. I'm not gonna lie, right? But, right, we are back. So, yay. Ew, brother, ew. Why you look like that? Ugh. Okay. What? Gay? What? No, I'm kidding. It's been forever since I've touched this game, bruh. Not forever since I touched myself. What? Nothing much. Just came from work. Oh, you're good. You're good, you're good. I understand what you're trying to say. It's been forever, man. Who's this? Nia? Huh. Girl, I'm gonna have to get this whole fit. Y'all know how I feel about white women now. Y'all know! Right? I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Is this is a dude, right? Wait, is this a dude? Is it, right? I think it's a dude, right? It looks like a dude in the thumbnail, right? I think that's a dude, right? Or is it like that one other character where they're a shit male, you know? Yes, that is a Dustin Henderson. Okay. Okay, now we know, you know? It's been forever, but we gonna hop in this right like we never left, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna hop in this right like we never left for real. We up in here, okay? We back. Yeah, I know he's from Stranger Things. I know that. The Stranger Things. I know. That's why people are freaking out over Vecna. I've not played against Vecna. I don't know. Apparently there's a new Chinese survivor, something like that. I don't know what the heck has been going on since I've been gone. Oh my fuck! Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. What the heck was that? Okay. Hello? I am the newest baddie on the block, y'all. Shoot, where? Oh, what? Oh. Oh, what is that? Oh no, he's coming. Oh no. Ah. Can someone heal me? What's up? What's up? How you doing? Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. Hey, touch me. Yo, touch me up real quick. Huh. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, y'all gotta do me. Yo. See, aiming at me. Yeah. Oh, yo, he's aiming. Oh, he's gonna look at me. He's like, this cool. Let's culos too delicioso. Heal me. Ooh, 1, 2. Ooh, to the side, to the left, to the side now, y'all. Now take it back now, time. Take it back 2 times. Down low, real slow. Down low, real slow. Down low, too slow. All right. You know, I haven't even been play 22 birthday. It's coming up on Saturday. Ooh, he's right there. Oh no! Run! Ooh, I got balanced landing. The 22th is your birthday. Coming up on Saturday. Saturday's your birthday. Can someone do the math on that? I don't know what the math is. Shoot. Okay. We have our med kit right now. We have our med kit, okay? Oh my fuck. Thank you. I need to get this skin. The bad business is so much. All right. Yeah, I'll be 22. That's awesome. Sometimes I forget I'm 22. Damn, you old, man. You old. You okay, Rex? Yeah, he's okay. You can't deal with me. Oh shoot, he's right here, y'all. I kind of remember how to play the game, okay? So don't quote me on this stuff. You know what I'm saying, right? Oh, I mean, I don't really. Oh, y'all, he's gonna come over here. You can be like, that shit too fat. Damn. Oh, this bitch is smart. Ooh, I didn't mean to say that. Ooh, he's coming. Ooh, is he coming? Ooh, gotta be sneaky, y'all. Gotta be sneaky. Oh, that mo. He's right here. Yo, he smells me, Bryce. This bitch hairs. Oh, you aged before me, Jelly. That's how it works. I know that's how it works, but I forget that I'm 22 sometimes. That's what I'm saying. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh crap! Ooh! 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 Oh! No! Can I get Jamario? Come for you, bruh. I'm coming for you. I got you. And we got no generators done. Okay, ew, it's this game. You literally only watch me when I play this game, okay? I don't want to hear nothing from you, okay? This is the only time you be watching me, alright? You ain't watching me no other time. Oh, shoot. He smelled me. He smelled me. He's like, que rico. Oh, shoot. Is he gonna get me too? Does he see me? Oh, I gotta go. No. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Run, bitch. Run, where is he? Where is he? I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. Ooh. Okay. I'm good. I'm a fly. Of course you're a freaking fly. He's gonna cut me off. Is he gonna cut me off? Ooh, he wasn't long enough. You weren't long enough, Papi. You weren't. I'm getting out of here. Is he coming for me? He's like, shit. I smell the white girl. Oh wait. We're. Y'all doing something? I could join y'all real quick. Is he coming? Oh, heal me. I'm next. Do me. I need to get this Nia skin. I'm gonna buy this stuff. Oh, hurry up, y'all. Hurry up. Got no generators done, okay? No generators done. Oh, the white stuff. Is that his splooge? Okay, okay, thank you. Come on. Hey, yo, I really like this. Come on, let's go. Shoo, come on. Let's go. I gotta wear that in real life, man. Maybe not the skirt, right? Because I'm a dude, but like, you know what I'm saying? Freaking out all over. Oh, shoot. Where is he? It feels too good. Oh, fuck. He's gonna come. Oh, he's coming. Oh, is he gonna come? He's coming. Oh, too little. Sir, you're not big enough for me, actually. You're not big enough for me. You're too small. You're too big. Sorry. You're way too big. You're way too big. You're way too big. I'm sorry. You're way too big. You're ginormous, actually. You're freaking huge. Your wiener, right? Your wiener size is impeccable right now. Your wiener size, right, is so dang old big, right? That you scare women with that wiener size, you know, sir. You scare women with that wiener size. That's how deliciously Watch this. Big booty moves. My cock is huge. My penis is big. Sheesh. Oh. You wanna chase me, huh? Oh, I'm too. Come over here. Come over. Oh. Too little. Oh, come on, chase me. Too little. You're not big enough. You're too little. Too. Ah! Where is he? Oh no. Okay. We're good. Oh shoot. He smells me, son. Oh, this girl got the ice spice. He got the ice. What's the red thing called? That smell real good. What's that called? He's got. Oh fuck! Don't scare. I'm sorry, Lord. Don't scare me like that, man. I know. Boy, you trying to check this all out? You can't get all this cake, man. Okay. Yo, follow me. Hey, yo. Oh shoot, never mind. Don't follow me. I'm dumb as heck. Oh no, I'm dumb as heck. No, don't donuts. Okay, let me go up here real quick. Let me try to do this. Oh shoot, hey yo, Larry, Leia. Oh, no, no, no. Leia. No, Leia. Y'all, he gonna smell the white girl. You know? He's right here, y'all. He's right here. He's like, oh shit. He's like, oh shit. This bitch kind of, she kind of got the thong. I'm over here choking my own dang old mucus, y'all. My mucus muscles membranes is vibrating out here. Is he still invisible? Is he? Am I walking towards? You know what? A girl, I'll save you. Okay, you a female? I'm a female, right? I ain't trying to do nothing because I like chicks, right? You know what I'm saying? But oh shit. Oh shoot, where is he? Is he right here? Oh, nah, bitch, I gotta leave your ass, man. Fuck you, bitch. I'm leaving, okay? Shit, do you think I'm messing with all that? No, I'm leaving. Oh, he's following me. Damn, okay. He really want me like that. He really want me like that. Is he gonna go the other way? Oh, I got the moves. Oh, I'm gonna go save you though. I'm gonna go save you. Watch the moves. Watch the moves. Never mind. Don't watch the moves. No! Oh no, he's like oh wait, what? I smoke too much tobacco. Is he? Where is he? I'm taking the risk. I'm taking the risk. Is he coming? Where is he? Oh shoot, he's coming right there. He's gonna look at me and be like this. No! I should have died! No, I'm sorry! Ow! Okay. Oh, my heart. It's like stroking the thing, the thing, you know the thing. Alright, let me hold up. You guys do a generator, please, okay? I was looping him for like the entire game, okay? Also, go follow my OF, by the way. I have amazing content on there. I'm kidding. I don't have that. I'm drinking my water. Bustin'. Okay. Why does it look like that guy from Thanksgiving a little bit? He does not look like that guy. Which one? Are you talking about the guy who has the shittest side profile ever? Sorry, I didn't mean to. Excuse me, I burped. Excuse me. Yeah. Honestly, oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Y'all saw my collection. Shoot. Wait, is that one done? Oh, that one is not done. We have balance. We have balanced landing actually. Oh shoot. She dead. Damn, you died that quick. She, you ass. All right, let's go. Y'all, I know he's close. I ain't stupid. Y'all heard him? I heard him. Okay. Shoot. All right, let me do this. All right. You better not come, sir. Shit, damn, motherfucker, I'm ready to go hands. Where is he? Where? Oh, that's him. Ooh, the tip. And tip, you not big enough, sir. You not, sir. Leave me alone. This is why you died in your last your life, bro. That's why you here with me now. We're suffering together. You gotta hear me talk, man. Damn, my butt hurts right now, y'all. But when does my butt never hurt? That's what I said when my colored pencil didn't fit in the right order. Hold up, what are we talking about? Dude, my butt hurts. Literally, this chair makes my butt have an aneurysm, okay? Straight up. This makes my booty tingle in different ways I didn't think was possible, alright? It's too big. It really is too big and too jugoso. Juicy. Oh, Caesar. His name is Caesar. Y'all, that reminds me. I had like this. Woo! Where is he? Show your face. Are you scared of me? Huh? Oh, freaking scaredy cat. Exactly. Too freaking scared. No, the reason I'll be honest with you. So I've been losing a lot of weight. Oh, dude, I'm gonna be why am I the last one, bro? Why do I? Oh no, he got him. He's like, clang, clang, got the hell, clang. Hey, yo, does he see me? Oh, am I gonna scream? I'm gonna be like, huh? Oh my fuck! Is he coming? He's quiet. He's quiet. He's quiet. Hold up. Can you teach? Is he gonna be? Scared the crap. Don't hit him! Hey yo! Let go of him, man! Oh, hey yo! Hey, hey papi, I'm right here. Wait, chingado, cabrón, I'm right here. Oh, shoot, I'm right. Hey yo, chase me! Come on! Hey yo, die quicker, Caesar! Caesar! He's seizing these nuts, bitch! Stop. Okay. Is she coming? Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, he's coming. He's freaking right here. He's freaking right here. He's freaking right here. He's freaking right here. I messed up, y'all. I messed up severely. I have a lapse in my judgment. He's going the other way. Thankfully, my penis is immensely big and juicy, right? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to say that. Crap. Oh, no. Run. Oh, no. Reload your pistola real quick. Thank you. I'm so far. I'm far. He's coming. Where is he? Run away. Where is he? Oh, no. Wow. He's right here. Oh, no. No, he's like, oh, I'm putting in your mouth, girl. I'm gonna put it in your mouth. What the? Oh, damn it. I'm kidding. That was my first time getting back to DVD. Why? Damn, I know. He said, "Damn." He's like, "Come on, girl. Let me show you my strap." Something about video games, right, makes me trip, bro. I don't know what it is, right? You know. All right. All right, cabrones y cabronas. Where's my Nia at? Wait, who's that? Yo, why does that girl looks familiar, y'all? If y'all know who this looks like, y'all, I know. Okay, shut up about. I don't give a shit. Okay, suck my dick, alright, bitch. All right. Anyways.
This is a really bad joke.
Yo! What did they do to Nancy? Y'all give her a face procedure! Y'all face effed her! She looks really familiar to someone that I know and love deeply in my heart. Okay, Nia. Go time, girl. Alright. What's your favorite survivor? Ooh, that's hard. Probably Lara. She's my favorite survivor. Lara's my favorite survivor. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys, okay? Because I know me. Okay, I'm gonna try not to curse as much, okay? Eddie Munson is my favorite. Man, screw Eddie. Anyways, right? The reason I like Lara and she's my favorite survivor. Okay, this is the real reason, right? The reason I like Lara so much, right, is because there's a girl that I like that looks like Lara, you know? You already know who it is, Nova, but shh, you know, there's a girl that I like that looks like Lara, you know? And I really like her, but I can't be with her, right? But that's the reason why. I never played DBD, but I've been watching a lot of people play it. Yeah. I really like her. I just wish I could be with her, you know? But I really do. That's the honest truth, man. I try not to think about her too much. Alright, my lips are sealed. I try not to think about her too much, you know, because it makes me sad, but you know, whatever happens. Oh my fuck, this Chinese nigga. I did not mean to curse. This nigga is coming for my ass right now. The motherfucker like, shit, let me have that culo away. Let me have that culo. Just get back together. At the point. God, I don't know why ATP, man. No, I like her a lot, but I want her to be happy, even if it's without me, you know, because I love her. But I know when to, you know, I don't know. I still talk to her a lot. I do. I care about her, you know, to my dearest heart. I really do. At this point, yeah, I really care about her, though. I really do. But like, you know, I want her to be happy, you know. I really want her to be happy, even if it's without me, because I respect her. You know, I respect her. You know what I'm saying, right? I respect her so much. If this Chinese slaying guy comes over here and slays me with his sword, right? You know, I wouldn't mind, but, you know, still. Y'all, I'm gonna do my best impression. If someone new comes, right? Okay, but if she's happy with you, yeah, she's happy with me and I'm happy with her, right? You know, I just don't know when I'll get to see her. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, girl, chica. I don't know when I'll get to see her and all that stuff, right? You know, so it's hard. It's not like I like any other girls. Okay, maybe I like Adam, right? Adam is kind of, you know, he's kind of a... Adam is always coming on a... Oh. Let me stop yelling. So makes some money and go see her. It's a little complicated than that. I'm kind of low-key disabled right now, and that's not a joke. You know, that's the problem right now. Oh my fuck, a la verga, wey chingado, a la verga, oh my fuck, ay papi, he's coming, ay papi, ay she, fa, she, que rico, okay. Oh no, he right there. Oh, hold on. Let me sneak past. Okay, you know, the piece that's about. Oh no, he coming. Y'all see that? Oh shoot! No, he coming. You just smell him. I smell that white booty from a mile away. Delicioso. Yeah, let me save you real quick. I got you. Don't play with me. I got you. All right, let's get out of here. You and me. Come on. Oh, you want to heal? You want to do it right here? You crazy? I like your freak though. Oh no. Oh, never mind. I don't like your freak like that. You see coming? Hey yo, chase me. Hey, psst, psst, hey, psst, hey, wait, cabron, cabron. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, that's what you get. That's what you get, baby. Trying to slay a baddie like me. Try to slay like a baddie like me. Ah, that's what you get. Oh damn, it's from your chair, ain't it? Yes, sir. That's what. Oh, that's what it sounds like when it's inside of me, y'all. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, chase me, chase me. He's too big. Yeah. Yo, they have not fixed this. They have not fixed. Hey, yo, psst, hey, cabrón. Hey, hey, chingado, estoy aquí. Hey, hey. Oh, no, this is not a good idea. Nah, we're cool. We're cool. We're chilling. Don't even play with me. All right, let me sneak past this real quick. Let me go right here. Yes, sir. All right. Okay. We're back in here. We're back in the club. Ooh. What if I heard some loud breathing? What he doing in the corner? And shoo! I'm a post it on Twitter and shit, right? And then cry about Elon making too much money. That's what I'm gonna do, y'all. For real. Shoot. You know? Oh, he's coming. He's coming, y'all. Let me sneak, do my little sneak thing real quick. Oh, she's over here. He's like, I smell something over here. I smell a little scrumptious. I ain't gonna lie to you though. For real. Oh no, he's coming. Oh no, he's coming. Let me go. Oh no, to the back. No. Oh, I need to learn how to play DBD. Oh no, he's coming. He's like, show. Let me take my shirt off. Oh no, he's coming. Is he coming for me? Let me do this, right? I don't think this is a good idea. Oh shoot, he's right there. His name is Hey Poppy. Oh, what? How you doing? Call me Poppy like that? I don't mind. What's up? All right, let me put this down real quick. Hold up. There we go. Install a trap. Install hand warmers. I'm gonna install our hand warmers for our jacuzzi that we do not have, guys. We do not have. We're playing with the Twitch TV or I actually keep pressing the Windows tab on accident. Oh shoot. Yo, let me go save you real quick, bro. I got you, man. I got you, bro. Don't play with me. I got you. This is why they call me the master. Okay, the master of getting absolutely railed. Oh, you scared? Oh, baby girl, don't be scared. Okay, don't be scared. Okay, let me see if he's streaming. Go ahead, check it out real quick. Yo, I'm gonna come save you because I'm not injured and I ain't scared. Okay, we don't get scared. Okay, because you know we're strong, independent woman. All right. The only thing that scares us is burritos with no meat inside. That's what's really scary. Oh, my butt. Oh, damn. Let me fix it real quick. Ugh. Excuse me. I need to charge my earbud. I'm gonna go get my earbuds after this match. He is. Oh, dang. Really? Stop self-promo, bros. Oh, shoot. He's coming. Oh, crap. Rap. Oh shoot! Oh crap! Oh wait, does he see me, yo? Does he? Ooh, that's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get. All right, girl. Let's go. Let's do this, girl. Ooh. Is he chasing you? Yo, chase me. Chase me. Chase me. Yo, girl, chase me, girl. Oh, shoot, I'm so sorry. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey. Okay, we're good, we're good. Did not know Blast Mine countered out town towards the blind channel. Oh yeah, it's been like that since forever, even when I stopped playing DBD like that, you know? You're only here for the drama, okay? How dare you, Miss Ghouls? You know, Miss Ghouls is one of my viewers, right, that I don't know anything about. I don't know if she's even a dude, a chick. I don't even know how they day are, okay? Because I'd be asking this sometimes, how's your day? Yo, completely freaking ignores me, right? Ignores me completely and just goes on something else. Dang. You know, I thought we were cool, bro. All this disrespect, right? It's been like years, right? And I still don't know anything. I don't even know how the day is. I asked how your day is. You're like, anyways, have you seen the new update? What do you think about this? Ah, Lara. Wait, did you? Oh, you're fearless, aren't you, man? Fearless little thing right here. All right, let's go. Right, let's go. Oh wait, okay. L communication. Shake my head for real. I thought you and me were supposed to be best friends, Schools, but no. I don't even know nothing about you. Like I'm straight up. Like tell me something about you. You know what I mean, right? Tell me how your day is. You know, like you good? Like you eating chips? You got that popcorn with you? Oh! Like, I need to know, you know? I need to know, bro. These are questions that need to be answered, okay? Like, these questions I must know the answer to. Oh no, he's here. Oh, my actual fa. Shoot, let's go. Wait, I have adrenaline? I didn't even know that. Well, I just remembered, but like when it popped. Hey, don't worry, Asian lady, get that F out. I'm gonna try to, bro. All right, girl, come here, stand still. I need to perform this culito touching culito operation. Laura, are you there? Laura? I think Laura left. Laura, you there? Laura. Laura is such a Spanish name. Y'all know that? Yes, I am. Are you okay? How you doing? You okay? Oh my fa, he's right here. Laura, come home. Laura, you okay? Laura, are you tired? Is that why you're not tired? Laura. Oh heck no, this dude is coming, man. This dude is coming all the way. Up and down, up and down. I'm fine. I'm just in pain. Wait, what happened? Why are you in pain? Back pain? What's wrong? Tell me. I fucked up. the time of the month. I fucked up. I fucked up so badly, bro. I fucked up so badly. Wait, I have this medkit? I didn't even realize, dude. I fucked up so badly. If you guys are just wondering, why is he like, I'm trying not to curse, y'all, okay? It's a little bit hard. Games like this be getting me paranoid, man. Okay? She. Basically, these Snickers that we have for work makes your ankles hurt. These Snickers? Shoot, can you get me one? Huh. I'm trying to eat some Snickers out here, you know what I'm saying? Oh no. Oh crap. You know, I think... What? I can't move! Crap! What the heck? I couldn't move for a second. Did I just stop clicking my right click? Is my mouse breaking? What the heck? Oh, they are the metal toed ones? No, like the sports one. Snickers, Snickers, Snickers. I have no idea what you're talking about. Make sure to go follow my stream at bbcs.com. No. Oh, that's why. Yo, girl. What the heck was that big booty rumbling noise? I have no idea what the heck we're talking about, right? Can I say cock? Yes, I can. Oh, my butt hurts. If there was a solution to my butt problems, right, I would take... Oh, yeah, by the way, so my mom particularly, she said this. She's like, oh, your chair broke? Because, like, a few weeks ago, she saw me taking my chair out because it broke, right? Like, a week after the Marvel Rivals update, something like that, right? My chair broke, and she said she'll buy me a new one, right? And she doesn't need to, right? But that's the first time she's ever offered me to buy me something for my gaming setup, because I've bought everything in my gaming setup, right? My microphone, my monitors, my PC, my other PC, right? All that stuff I bought with my money, you know? Because I'm not about to let my parents buy my stuff for that I used to entertain myself, you know what I mean, right? I buy my stuff, you know? Right? I be buying my stuff like that, man. So, let me think real quick. But no, she actually offered to buy me a new chair. She's like, as soon as I see a new chair, like at Costco or something, I'll buy it for you. And I said, really? She said, yeah, I'll buy it for you, which is like really like surprising. Excuse me. I think my last chair was made out of like cheap like metal and stuff. Wait, did you leave Akio or Yuko? I forgot your name. Try the Lattice patches or the Russian paint. It'll get worse. BRB. I need to eat. Oh, you're fine. Go ahead and eat, bro. I think Yakio left or something. That's how she be like, bro. This is why I don't consider her a friend like that. We're just associates now. Because she just be leaving me, right? Without saying no goodbye, no I love you, right? None of that, right? You know what I'm saying, right? None of that crap. Associate is crazy. You don't even believe. So my older streams are no longer available because I privated them. But if you watch my older streams, right, you could literally hear me smoking weed and doing mushrooms mid-stream. I'm not even joking, bro. I used to be so different. Like when I was like starting to stream. I had a weird streaming schedule as well. I would stream like every 12 or 6 days. It was really freaking weird. I don't know why I did that. Like now I'm like really inconsistent. It's okay to be different. No. Yeah, it's okay to be different. It's not good to be a drug addict and doing stuff you shouldn't. ¡A la verga! Woo! It's okay to be different. Like, I try not to do that stuff no more. Whoa! The tippity hit me! Yeah, girl. Yeah, do the stroking movement. Yeah. It's really dangerous to sit in a pallet where it's been downed, you know? Okay, she left me. Oh damn, you were labeled yourself as a druggie. Oh hell no, I did, bro. Not no more. I try not to.
Oh, I'm not getting the tip of the titty. Oh, damn, that motherfucker said I'm not playing games. I'm taking your soul and that ass.
Woo, baby, woo! Allah, I'm out. Allah, rah. Cabrona. I'm a pinche cabron. That's why I can do this. You still following me, don't you? You want all this, huh? You want all this? Shoo! I'll give it to you, man. Come over here. Back in my day, when I'm older, right? I'm gonna pretend I have a Texan accent. And when I have my son, right, or like my daughter. Now I'm gonna say this to my son, not my daughter. Crap. Where is he? Okay, I'm gonna be like this. You know, I'm gonna pretend to like be born. Oh shoot! Crap. Maybe like pretend to be like born in, you know, Texas and stuff, right? You'll be like, son, back in my day, this is why you don't want to do no drugs, okay, son? Because when I did drugs, right, I looked exactly like you, all messed up, right? You know, missing all damn near my shoulder meat and everything, son. You know what I'm saying? I think he's downstairs. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna be like, son, when I was younger, right, and I did all these drugs and stuff, I damn near look like you. Man said back in my day, I was 22 years old. Back in my day, I was 22 years old, son, okay? And like, POS like you, right, shouldn't be doing all that, okay? Like, you, like, right now, right, you ain't no way you can get no women, okay? But as soon as you... Crap. As soon as you like get cleaned up and stuff, you at least got a chance to like be with the dude. So yeah, I'd be messed up, bro. Oh heck no. Oh, this is not even a thingy to go to. Oh my. Ah! What is this accent? This what real Texan nigga sounds like. You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing with you. No, I'm just playing. This is what a real born again Texan sound like. This is what a Texan sound like, okay? I don't know what intonation you're thinking about. Imagine like when you came in here, that's the first thing you heard that came out of flying out of my mouth. Like, what intonation? What in the who hollers going on here? Oh shoot. Yo, gotta be quiet. Shh. If she saw me, I am so screwed right now because I do not have a pallet. I do not have a pallet right here. Ooh. Ew, I don't like it. You sound like a real American. I do sound like a real American. Here in the South, right? We only eat baked beans and a lot of fat assery. That's what we only hear. I could be a great... What even was that scream? Oh! So now you come back. Now you come back, right? After doing me dirty, okay? Don't, you know what? I'm not even gonna reply to you no more, right? Because you don't even respect me, okay? You see this fake love ghouls. How's your day? Don't ask her that. Him slash they them slash it. Don't ask it that. Don't you dare. You see how she be treating me, man? Oh, shoot. What is this thing? Oh my shoot. Are you downstairs or here? Oh, you're chasing the robot. El robot no working. She fa. Oh, are you coming? You see, I'm not even. Do you see? Do you see? She doesn't even want to reply to you, bro. You see that? You see that? You see that, man? Crap on a cracker and eat it raw, dude. Straight up. What in tarnation? She asked you how your day was, miss, and you're just here, you know, doing that, and I'm flabbergasted by your response. It's incredibly unprofessional. Damn, ghouls, you hate me, right? In the gate, like, for real. It's because she's black. I'm kidding. Maybe. I don't know. Some people think that about me. Did I ever tell you guys the story about growing up, right? I ain't got no friends. I told you that. I ain't got no friends, right? Like, straight up. I had no friends growing up. I had a few friends, right? But they were the kids that ain't no one talked to, right? You know what I'm saying? And these kids ain't really care about having friends like that, you know? Imagine that was another door. That'd be cool. Like an exit? That'd be cool. Crap. It does sometimes. Like, I remember... Like, I had no friends growing up, guys. No friends at all. No friends. Like, most of my friends were, like, the black kids. And then they didn't even want me eventually, you know? So my best friend became the bong, right? A few shrooms and a couple of injectable items that are from Dead by Daylight. Those became my best friends. Okay? Can we ever find the other generator, please, girls? My butt hurts again, man. Okay, you're like a licensed professional doctor, right? So what can I do for my butt pain on sitting on this chair? Excuse me. I burped on accident. That was the first time that's the first time I've ever burped out loud on accident. Dude, where is the generators at, dude? There's one in here, right? Shoot. I'm a nurse, lol. What kind of pain is it? It's directly on the tailbone. It's my tailbone when I sit down. It's always my tailbone. It's never like the side of the gluteus muscles. It's just the side of the tailbones. I got you. It's just on my tailbone, like that's where the pain, like it temporarily like fixes when I sit up super straight or like I kind of slouch right in an awkward position. Does it shoot anywhere? Is it constant? Does it only happen? It only happens while I'm sitting on the chair, right? And then when I temporarily like stand up straight, it will kind of fix itself temporarily, right? And then it will start hurting again. So I try to adjust myself by like slouching down again, and the pain goes away for a little bit, and then the pain continues. That's how the pain is. It's mainly just located on like the tailbone muscle. or like the tailbone or wherever that area is. It's just the tailbone that always hurts. It's never like the side of the gluteus muscle or anything like that. There's some stretches that can help you if you tried ibuprofen. I've tried ibuprofen, but I always have the problem with sitting on chairs. I mainly started having, like, I've always had this issue, but it started being more consistent when I started getting skinnier. I've lost like a significant amount of weight, right? And I do have, this might sound a little bit weird, right? But the truth is I feel like I have less cushion on my bottom, right? Or my rear end. And like ever since I've been losing a lot of weight, right, it is way more uncomfortable to sit down on my butt, right? That's the honest truth. It is way more uncomfortable to sit on my bottom, because it is more uncomfortable to sit on my bottom since I've been losing weight. So because I used to be, I believe, 240 pounds at one point, and now I'm down to 177 pounds, right? So I think I was technically obese. And since I've been losing weight, I haven't been, you know, don't work out like that, you know. So I did lose a lot of muscle as well. So I did lose, you know, mass and stuff, but also fat as well, mainly just fat and all that. So how about a seat cushion? I do have a seat cushion. I'm actually using it right now. Actually, a matter of fact, I did buy a seat cushion from Amazon recently, and it doesn't help or even try to help or subside the pain, unfortunately. Like I've had two seat cushions. I have a little pillow, right? This, because I do have a chair right now for that has a designated little pillow, and I did buy a seat cushion from Amazon. And it was helping for a little bit, but then the pain eventually is back. Like right now, I'm sitting completely straight, and I'm feeling quite a bit of pain on my tailbone. I'm talking to you, like now I'm gonna slouch down, right? Now what I try to do, right, is I try to slouch down into this awkward position, so I'm kind of leaning back, and I try to put my weight on my back. So like, because there's like two little rods, right? Not rods, but kind of like these flat rods here, and I try to put my weight there, or I try to put my weight into my foot, right? So my butt muscle or whatever is hurting can rest. It only happens when I sit down. It never happens when I lay down. It's only when I sit down, right? My butt is really, really uncomfortable, like super uncomfortable. And like this pain happens relatively quickly. Just it happens within like 20 to 30 minutes of me sitting down. Like every single time I've ever sat down, like on a chair, right, you know, it happens. So I get really uncomfortable sitting. But like it's been more prevalent ever since like I've been that's cool that it says time to actually look for a match. It's been more prevalent. Maybe a leg rest so you can put some pressure off your butt. Have you tried that? No, I haven't tried a leg rest. What I do is I get into this awkward position where I lean back and I put all my pressure, right, or try to put most of my weight on like my leg. So like I will use my leg and I will like kind of press the leg up against the wall, right, and I'll try to like instead of putting pressure on my bottom, I try to put like pressure near my leg so my leg can take most of the pressure, and then I use my back when my leg can't, like what do you call it, like my leg gets sore, so I go in between, or like right now I'm using both, but mainly my leg, and then like my butt feels okay right now. It's not totally comfortable, you know. So I can't sit for a long period of time. I cannot sit. I rather stand, right? Even what do you call it, even though I don't like standing either, like I rather stand than sit for long periods of time. You don't need to be sitting weird though. Have you gotten injured back there? Yeah, I did. One time when I was a little kid, I did get injured back in my butt bone a long time ago. Weirdly enough, I went to the doctor, and I don't know why I complained, because I told my dad I was having problems with my rear end, right, and it really hurt because I got into an accident, and I told him about it, but it wasn't anything severe. So we went to the hospital, right, and then the doctor gave me a shot, and I felt, weirdly enough, I felt a lot better. I just remembered that I was on a swing set and I accidentally dropped a chocolate bar, and I was scared that people were gonna steal the chocolate bar because I was a fat kid, but also I didn't want anyone to steal it. So like I got off the swing mid-swing, and I was swinging, right, and I fell like on my rear end, and it hurt for like a few days or like a week. That's the only incident that I remember. That's the only incident I clearly remember of, like, you know, me injuring my tailbone and my back. I injured my back, because that might be actually why my back is bent, because I do have scoliosis. I do have scoliosis. Something about me, I do have scoliosis. My back is bent by like 2 inches. It isn't too much. Scared the crap out of me. Oh, that's why your butt probably hurts then. That's what I just remembered that. Yeah, I fell off a swing a long time ago and I injured myself. Usually when I get an injury though, to be honest with me, when I get injuries, I don't tell anyone. Like I'll get cuts or scrapes or whatever, right? I don't really like telling anybody when I get injured, you know? I'll be honest. There is a kind of a truth to that, right? Is one, I don't like people worrying about me, you know what I mean? But also like I'm kind of scared if I tell someone, right, they'll get angry at me. You know, so I don't really tell people like if I'm in physical pain or I got a cut or something, because I don't know, for some reason growing up I was scared to tell my parents why I got injured, you know? That's something about me. We're talking about Jelly's butt pain. Like, I'll tell you guys in stream, right? But I won't tell people, like, if I got injured or anything like that. I'll completely ignore it. Well, I won't ignore the pain, but I'll ignore me, like, discussing why it hurts, you know? I'll do that. I won't tell people just because I feel like I'll get in. I'll be honest, like, as a kid, I feel like I would get in trouble, right? If I told something bad that happened. So, like, I never told anybody really about it. And to tell someone you could be given something so you could feel better. But I feel like I'm gonna get yelled at. I don't want, you know what I mean, right? I feel like I'm gonna get yelled at, so I don't tell anybody. I don't tell anybody. Like, I'll tell you guys, right? But I don't tell anybody in real life if I'm in pain. Because I feel like someone's gonna yell at me if I, you know, maybe I did something wrong, you know? So I don't tell anyone, you know? Someone for asking for help. Yeah, I know that because it's your job to be a nurse. But if I told my parents, I don't, you know, I don't want them to tell me how sometimes they tell me that I'm wasting their time, you know. So like I'm now, you know, I'm not gonna tell them about, you know, my issues. I don't want to, you know, worry them too much. And you know, maybe it's my fault. I should have been like smarter for, you know, not getting injured. That's my fault, you know. So you know, they shouldn't get concerned about my issues, you know. They shouldn't get concerned about me. So don't tell your parents, grab your insurance card and go get a prompt before it gets worse. No, I'll be okay. I don't want them to know because they'll eventually figure out. So, you know, I don't want them to, you know, feel a certain way about it. So, you know what I'm saying? Even if it hurts, I'd rather live with, you know, that than, you know, I'd rather live with the pain than that. So. Even though that sounds ridiculous, but that's how I think. Crap, is someone coming? Oh Lord, you're one of those people. I dragged my friend to the ED when he broke his leg. It's not that, it's just I don't want like my parents to know if I'm hurt or something. I don't want them to know. That's it. I think this just kind of stems from when I was a little kid, right? You know? Dude, you. I think it just stems from me being a little kid, my parents getting angry at me when I would go to the hospital and I would get hurt. So I just stopped telling, you know, them about if I got hurt or not. Like the last time, right? Last time I got hurt, it was when I tore my Achilles. I tore my Achilles. Well, not full tore, but I partially tore my Achilles, and I told my parents about it, right? But my mom got really mad at me for tearing my Achilles. She didn't take me to the hospital for like 3 days, I remember. So I stopped telling them about this. Meg is so cute. I stopped telling them about my problems and stuff. That's why when like my skin was really bad, I when my skin condition was really bad, they like forced me to go to the ER, right? And I remember, yeah, I just remember they yelled at me. My mom would yell at me for getting so sick with my skin condition. I remember that. So I think that's the reason why I don't tell them stuff. Oh my. Go away, sir. If he looks in here, right, I'm going to freaking cry. Yo. I'm just like waiting in there patiently, like, please don't kill me. Oh no, but story time real quick. Story time. I've said this like a few times, but why not since you're new? Okay, I remember I tore my Achilles, or I had like a partial tear in my Achilles, right? I didn't think I broke it because I was running and I heard a snap, right? I heard a snap in my foot, you know? I heard a snap in my foot, and I told my parents about it, and they didn't take me to the hospital for 3 days, right? Because they thought it was nothing really like that. And then the third day, I got to the hospital, right? You know what I mean? And they were really angry at me before, but then they weren't angry at me. And then with my skin condition, right, I remember I'd get super sick at work, right, and I'd return home, right, and I remember my mom would get mad at me and she would blame me. She's like, you shouldn't be out in the sun too much, right, this is your fault why this happened again, right? I remember that. I think now thinking about that, right, I think that's my reaction to why when I get hurt I don't tell people. I think that might be the way. Something about me, right, is I'm very self-aware, right, of the reasons I do the things that I do, right? Because I do these really weird things, right? The things that I do, I'm very aware on like why I do them. You know what I mean? I don't think about them like crazy until like now, right? Like when you bring it up like now. I don't think about stuff like that like crazy, but I am very self-aware why I do the things that I do. Like really weird things, right? Or like I have like, I get really angry really quickly. I am very self-aware of the things that I do. And I think that's why, because I would work out in the sun, right? And I used to do not type of carpentry. It's not that. I used to paint houses, and I used to replace siding. If you don't know what siding is, it's like the side of, it's wooden slabs on the walls, right? It's wooden slabs on the house, the wall, the outside of a house's walls, right? And I used to do that. And I remember I'd come from work, because I remember I told them I was sick, right? I didn't know I was sick with, and I would come back from work, right? And I'd go home, right? And I'd get blamed sometimes, you know what I mean? I'd get blamed sometimes, right? They would my mom especially, she would blame me and say it's my fault why I'm so sick, right? Because I'm doing this to myself. It's my fault, my fault, that I should know, but didn't block that one sick man. I remember that happened a few times where she would get mad at me because like I would like be in really like pain because of my skin. These weren't allergic reactions, by the way. I don't know what they are. The doctors don't know what they are. But I'd be in a lot of pain, and like she would blame me for me being, all messed up and stuff, right? I remember that. So that could be on like, why I act the way I act. I am very self-aware, right? That's something I will give myself, is I am very self-aware, right, of the reasons why I act I do. When I really think about them, I do. Like, I don't like asking people for anything because I'm scared they'll yell at me. And that's the truth, right? That's the truth. Like Tristan has offered me many times to buy me like this one like Steam Switch thing, right? But I never, like, I don't want it, right, or anything. It'd be cool if he bought it for me, but like I don't like, I'll just say, oh no, it's okay, it's okay, don't buy me, right? Okay, it's that's how I kind of act that way, just So like I don't, you know, really annoy anyone, or I don't want to really get yelled at to be. She's there. I don't really want to get yelled at by anyone. So I try to like avoid that conflict, you know? Like, don't worry about me. It's okay. You know, I'll be fine. You know what I mean? I think that's why. Like really thinking about it. Because growing up, right, this, I'm just being honest with you guys. I love my parents, right, and everything, because they are really different from what they used to be, right? Really, really freaking different. But I used to be scared to tell my mom about bullies and stuff, because the honest truth is, right, I never admitted this, but the honest truth is I was scared of her, because I was scared that she would hit, what do you call it, hit me. And I know that sounds really sad, and it does make me a little bit sad, right? I'm not gonna lie, even as an adult. Right, I was really scared that I would get hit if I told her about bullies and if I didn't stand up for myself. I'm not gonna lie though. That is a truth of mine. Is that I am, what do you call it? When I was a child, I was scared if I would have said something, I would get hit. Cause like the first few times, right? You know, I, you know, said something on accident or didn't mean to, right? And it would happen. Like I didn't like, I just decided to be quiet, you know what I mean, right? This is probably the stupidest freaking idea I have ever had. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Frick. No. Well, I know where the other totem's at right now, dude. I'm sorry you went through that. Of course, I don't really like mind saying it, right? I really don't, because I love my parents now, and my mom, compared to what she, like my mom now is a completely different person, right? Towards what she used to be, you know what I mean, right? She is really, really different now. She's way more loving, right? And sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes that little kid inside of me, right, still gets scared of her. Like I'm not, I know I can defend myself, she did anything, but she's not gonna hit me or anything. I know that, right? I know she's not gonna hit me. And like sometimes I get really surprised when she like offers me food or brings me food to my room, right? You know? But there is something about me that's really weird that I've mentioned a few times. It's that when people say my name really loud me, I get extremely scared at first for like the first 10 seconds, right? Like my heart beats like crazy when anyone says my name. I might be completely fucked. Ah, shoot. Okay, but like something about me now that's kind of through my adult years, right? Even though like I do forgive my mother and everything, right? I really do, because like, oh, that's me. I go by a nickname. She gonna let me go? No, while we're trying to find the hatch, right? I'll tell you more. It's something that's followed me through my adult years. Is that when someone says my name, I instantly feel scared for like the first like the first few seconds, right? And whenever it says my name, you get two reactions out of me. It's fear, it's immediate fear, right? And then it's aggression on my part. Something I've realized recently, like the past year or two, is that when someone says my name, I'll aggressively say what or what do you need or what do you call it, like that. I'll say it like, oh, I'll say it like in a very aggressive tone. That's something I've noticed recently, like the past 2 years, I think ish, right? Is that when someone says my name, I'll aggressively reply back, right? Like really like firmly, you know? And then like sometimes I've noticed this with started noticing this, right? When my sister, like I would reply to her, right? And she would get mad at me because I replied in a bad way. And then I really thought about it, right? You know what I mean? I really thought about it, and then I'm like, yeah, I do really reply in a nasty way when someone says my name. You know, I act really annoyed. Right, I like act annoyed when someone calls my name. It's unintentional. Oh, excuse me. It's unintentional, right? uh when I replied like that, but that's something I have noticed about me. I don't like that about myself, is that I'll reply super aggressively. Like, what do you need? What do you want? Oh, what do you want? Tell me. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want, dude? You know? Kind of like that, right? That is something true about me. I don't know why I'm being so honest with you guys, but hey, I'm honest and open. I'm like an honest and open book. You know what I'm saying, right? Because like at least I have someone. The reason I'm so honest right now, right? And a lot of people won't be honest about their traumas and stuff, right? For me, right? The reason I'm so honest is just because I feel like someone can listen to me. You know what I mean, right? I think that's why I've always been so honest on YouTube, right? Is that someone can listen to me and I feel appreciated and that someone actually hears me out, you know, even if it's like a different person every single time, right? I just feel more comfort, right? Telling someone because I never really told anyone as a kid growing up because I kind of always felt scared to tell someone. I'm pretty sure that's why. Because I am self-aware. Like when I really think about crap, right, that I do on the daily, right, I most likely have a good explanation in my head, right? Or just, you know what I'm saying, right? I just most of the time I have a really good explanation in my head because I'm like, oh, I do this because of so and so, or I do this because of so and so, or right, I like doing this because of so and so. You know what I mean, right? And I've never really had like anyone like I could tell people, right, what I really felt as a child, because as a child, I'll be honest, I was really scared of my mom. I was really scared of my mom. I was terrified that this is just the honest truth, she's no longer like this, right? She's very sweet towards my siblings, right? She buys them whatever's, you know, they want, right? You know, whatever they want. She's super sweet and everything. But growing up, right, I was really scared of my mom, that I would try not to talk to her and I would like, you know, try to hide from her at times, right? I do remember something like that in my childhood, you know. The reason I'm not mad at her, right, is because one, she has proven to me that she can change, right? Because she has changed over the years, right? Like a lot, you know. She has proven that she can change over the years, right? Because she's definitely changed a lot, right? And I do admire that about it. And also, she came from a very abusive household, right? Where she got her bones broken on the daily basis, right? And okay, over here in the United States, the worst, what do you call it, the worst abuse, right, was recorded in California, right? Where, uh, you know, there was this kid, right, called It. The kid was called It, and he would literally get put in an oven and stuff, right? You know, that's what kind of abuse this kid endured, right? My mom, her abuse was on that kind of level. Like, I'm not even like lying to you guys. Her abuse, right, was on the level, right, of the Californian kid who got abused until he was like 15 years old. That's the kind of abuse my mom endured, right? It was that bad for her. Like all you read, like you read, if you, I read the book, we read it in school, right, to learn about abuse and all that stuff, right? And like my mom's abuse was on par with that kind of abuse that we read in, because like we were reading the book, right, and like I already knew what's like my mom went through, like some of the parts, right, and that book reminded me of her, because a lot of that book that I read, right, really did remind me of the stuff that she endured and the stuff that she told me that actually happened to her, because a lot of the stuff she told me was very similar what we were reading what happened in this book, you know. Like I'm not trying to compare abuse or anything, but her abuse was like that bad. Oh fuck, I didn't even see him. Damn, that's terrible. No, that's the truth. That's the truth, right? That's the truth. You know, I love my family bloodline, right? But on my mom's side, right, we are very, I would say this, what she's told me, we are very violent people. For my mom's side especially, we are like very violent. And it explains why, you know? Explains why, because when I was a kid I had violent tendencies, you know. That's the truth. When I was a kid I had very violent tendencies towards people and animals, you know. I like it, you know. I don't have that anymore, but I would get sick like as a kid I knew something was wrong, but I was scared to tell anyone. Like I got sick pleasure out of things suffering, you know. Like I'd be super young, right, and I would just want to see like things die, you know what I'm saying? Or I would want to like crush an animal with my like my hands, or like a squirrel, how good it would feel to crush a squirrel, you know. That's kind of like my psyche growing up. And like I had this was not This was not like, you know, this was not like growing up and stuff. None of that. Like I genuinely think I was born with it because I had like, I never told anyone, but I had very psychotic tendencies. Like I would pray for people to die. I would like, honestly, I would pray for my sister to die and stuff because I didn't like her, you know, and I had super violent thoughts as a kid. I don't know how, right? In my adult years, when I became a teenager, right, it kind of like, oh fuck, shit, dick, niggas, you know what I'm saying? It kind of went, it kind of, these feelings, right, went away. That's not, I don't know how these feelings went away, but these feelings like slowly started subsiding from me, you know, and the feeling of fear was stronger than the feeling of me hurting stuff, you know what I mean, right? But yeah, I remember as a kid, even at a young age, I remember that I, for some reason, had like these really bad tendencies, right? Or me wanting to hurt stuff. I never did hurt stuff like that, right? You know, but I always wanted to as a kid, you know what I mean? That's something about me though. I could have easily taken a different path in life where I could have killed someone, right? You know what I'm saying? But those are like my violent tendencies I had as a child. You know, like more like most of the time, you know how like blood and gore would freak any like kid out, right? In grade school or like in second grade, right? I remember I would watch like bloody and gory stuff on YouTube, right? Like animals dying or animals being hunted, right? And I would enjoy those videos. I was a little psychotic freaking psychopath, dude. I was a little psychotic little freaking kid. That was my mental for some reason. I honestly might have been born with it because like I don't remember a time, right? You know? So you had serial killer vibes. I was younger. Oh yeah, dude. I wanted to hurt animals. I wanted to hit dogs, right? I wanted to kill cats. Like those are the tendencies that I had. Like my fantasies were about hurting animals when I was younger, when I was like a little kid. I don't know why I had those tendencies, right? I don't know if it's inherited or something, right? You know, but I genuinely had these really bad. I never told anyone about these psychotic tendencies because even I knew it was evil, right? Did you feel like you grew out of it? I became fearful of what I could become, and the feeling of fear overwhelmed the feeling of hurting and getting pleasure from hitting animals or hurting people, right? It was the feeling of fear that got me out of that state. I was more scared to do something to someone, right? Oh, my actual big black dicks twerking in my actual ass like this, up and down, to the side, to the left. Now take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Ooh, fuck this motherfucker. She, Allah, 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 la la shamar la la ha, la verga. Pitos en mi boca, pitos en mi culo, pitos en mi boca, ay, pitos en mi culo, no, pitos en mi culo, ay. I'm not gay, I swear. Oh, my actual this is not a good idea. You know what? I'm gonna try to stick it. Screw it, we're gonna try to stick it. Screw it, there we go. Shit, he's here. Crap, he's here. He's here. Bro, Michael is scary. I don't care what anyone says. He's not that scary. I just don't like this stuff that I can't hear him. Alrighty. Alright, we gotta be careful. He's right there. Crap. Okay, basically though, the fear, like, there was more fear in my heart of me doing something like, this is something about me, right? Is when I started getting like in my teenage years, right? For some reason, right? I would still have like these violent tendencies up until I was like 18, 15, like 17ish, right? I would say, but for some reason I was so scared to hit someone. Like I'd have the temptation, right, to hit someone, to beat someone up, right, you know, but most of the time I couldn't, you know. Something inside of me was scared to do it. I don't know why. There's some sort of fear, right, inside of me and I don't know what it was, but there was some sort of fear inside of me, right, that told me, hey, I don't know why I just got scared. Like, the majority of the time. Like, the majority of the time, I would literally just get scared, so, to do something. Ding, ding, tick a 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 ding, me gusta el culo, el culo. Okay, anyways, right. I remember the sensation of fear was way greater than sensation of feeling satisfaction of doing something evil for the most part, but there is times where I have acted evil, right, in very horrendous and very vicious and very violent ways, right. There has been times, right, where I did snap, right. Who the hell calling me, man? Oh, you better not freak out. Oh, crap, you scared me. Okay. Oh, my butt. All right. Anyways, there was times, right, where I did want to like hurt someone, right, and I did hurt people, right, but it was never like a very like crazy occasion where I would hurt like another kid or hurt like another person, right, you know what I mean? But there was moments. I don't. Where did we play this guy? I have no idea. But there was Twitch TV. There was. I'm kidding. There was moments, right, where I did act on my tendencies, right. You know what I mean? But I would always be very scared to act on my tendencies. This fear, right. Even now, right, when I feel like I'm getting too angry or I'm about to do something stupid, I get very, very scared. I don't know why, but I just feel very scared. When I try to when I even raise my voice up, I get really scared. I don't know why. I've always had this thing, right, where I get scared when I act out of line, or I know I'm acting irrational. You know what I'm saying? Or even if I know I'm right, sometimes I get scared. I don't know why. It's that's something I don't know. It's really weird. That's something I've always had. It's something really, really weird. Hey, here we go with me trying to fix my ass. What else can I think of? Because the only time I went bad shit crazy, right, was once I was getting bullied at school by this one fucking Mexican ass kid named John, right, and I didn't do anything, right. I don't know why I didn't do anything, but he'd just be a bully. He'd be like a dickhead kid, and I was having a bad day, right, that one of these days this random kid just slapped me, right, and I literally lost my shit and I beat his ass. That's the only really violent thing I can remember I did. I brutally assaulted him with everything I had, including bricks. That's I'm pretty sure, right? I'm pretty sure. That's the only time I remember that I literally lost my shit. But I was really scared afterwards. I thought I'd get in trouble. Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. He likes chicks. He likes chicks. He likes chicks with dicks. Shit. Oh my fuck. He's coming. Allah, Allah, Allah. Ahí está, correct. Jorge, 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 where are you? Jorge, where are you, Jorge? Yo tengo a ti small. Oh, what's up, David? Oh, shoot, he's coming. Oh, he's coming all over my face, my mouth, my titties, and ass. Oh, thank you, oh, baby girl. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Oh, shoot. Laura. Damn, Laura looking mad cute right there. Shit. She a baddie. She knows she a 10. Ice Spice, some something something shit. I'm not Christian, but I wear a backwards cross type shit, dumbass. Anyways. I'm sorry, I'm mean. I can still be mean. But I try to be as nice as I can. How's your day going, David? You okay, man? What's been going on with you, huh? Any new stories you gotta tell me, bro? Anything going on, man? I'm playing DVD for once. I know, that's incredible. Incredibly delicious. Oh, shoot, is he here? Will bro ever respond to my question? Will he stay the same? Will he never change his profile picture? I will never know these questions, man. By the way, guys, I let my fat fuggery get to me. I let my fat fuggery get to me. Basically, right? Yesterday I got 2 chocolate bars, right? I got the Hershey's Oreo one, right? I bet you like. I bet you love that one, Nova. Oh yeah. So I got that one, and then I got like the regular Hershey's chocolate, and I ate everything. And unfortunately, right, I wasted all my calories on these 2 freaking big chocolate bars, and now, right, I can't eat anything for the rest of the day, bro. I can't eat anything, because I've eaten 2,200 something calories, somewhere around there. And I'm trying to lose weight, so I have to like eat like below 2,300. You know what I mean? I feel like you'd be the type of girl to prefer. Anyways, right? I feel like you would be the type of girl. Why the fuck is there nothing here, bruh? Yo, hey, a la verga! Oh, come on. I didn't hit that? But, I feel like, you'd be the type of girl to prefer, like, the Oreo one over, like, the Hershey's one. I don't know. I just get that vibe from you, girl. I don't know why. I get that vibe from you, though. I could be wrong, though. But that's just the vibe I get from you, you know? I don't know if I'm good at telling personalities, but, like, I think I'm good at telling people's food choices, you know what I mean, right? I feel like you... Because, I'll be honest, I low-key kind of like the Oreo one, right? Over the regular chocolate one. I do like the Oreo one better. Like, that's me, though. That's me, right? I genuinely like the Oreo one better over, like, the Hershey's original chocolate one, though. We might play a V8. You know what? Nah, I get bored of that shit, man. Alright, touch me up real quick. Oh, yeah, Laura. Oh, damn. I'm kidding. But, yeah. I like the Oreo one because I've had it, like, I thought I liked the chocolate more, but recently the one Oreo one just be hitting more, than child abuse, you know what I mean? The thing slaps, right? You know what I'm saying, man? So, yeah, 2v8 is just crazy. Like, it's okay, but it kind of gets boring, to be honest. David, why did you leave me? You know? My black brother, why did you leave me? I look just like you, bro. Maybe just way older. And like less curly hair. And maybe like not as like dark. You know? I'm like slightly like lighter than what's a good description? Probably a like I don't freaking know. I have no idea, bro. No idea. I made yesterday I made soup for my parents. Sometimes I'll make food for myself, but I always make a lot, right? And then I always say to my parents if like they want food, and the same thing with my brother. Like, you know, like I always make a lot just for myself, but like also like if they want my food, I really don't mind them taking my food as well. You know what I mean, right? Because it's just food. Like I always make sure I make enough for me, but also like if they really want some food, right? They can go grab some of my food. I don't really care. It's just food. That's something about me, though. Something about me is I'm really generous with food. Like, I love giving, like, if you eat my food, right, I don't get angry. As long as you tell me beforehand, right, I really don't care. Even if you don't, right, the most I'll do is get, like, a little sad because I'm hungry. But, like, I won't get, like, you know, some people, like, get really mad if you steal their snack. Oh, la, 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 ra, ra. Anyways, so, like, you know how sometimes, right, you know, people get really mad if you steal their food and all that crap, right? Me, personally, I don't really care. I'll get a little sad, right? You know? I'll be honest, I'll get a little sad. I'll be like, oh, shoot, you know? But, like, I used to get really angry. I'm not gonna lie. I used to get really angry when people would steal my food, but then I started doing it. And then I just kind of realized that it's just food, you know? It's just food, right? Oh no, she accent. Boy. Because I just realized that, man, it's just food at the end of the day. It's not like you're gonna die because someone steals your freaking Takis bag. You know what I mean, right? That's how I kind of think about it now. I used to be sensitive, and then I started stealing people's food, right? And then I just said to myself, well, eh. You know, and I like get snacks and stuff, right? And I always tell my sister it's okay that they can eat it, you know? And like when they do, I don't ask them about it. I do ask them when they do steal food, like rarely on the rare stages, they steal food from me. I asked, like, I said, oh, who ate this, right? And they said, oh, are you mad? And I said, oh, no, I'm not mad. I just really want to know, like, if you like the food so I can make more next time. You know what I mean? And that might... And that might like not seem that might seem like disingenuous, right? You know what I'm saying? That might seem like super disingenuous saying that, but honestly though, like being so real with you, right? Like I genuinely care. It's like, oh, maybe, you know, I can improve the recipe of my food, you know, right? Or like, oh, you like the food? I'll make more next time for you. You know what I mean, right? And then I'll put like these little reminders in my head, right? Oh, is she coming? Yo, girl. Oh shit, she is coming. Wait, me too. You know? She's doing the sexual workout with her penis. That's what she's doing right now. I gotta get rid of these. I might be big, but the only time I don't care about food is when I cook it. I want people to enjoy my cookies. I don't care if people don't. So I don't care if I don't get a plate. Ah, okay. I might be big. Ain't no way. That's funny. That's why I like you. Yeah, I like you. I really do. You're really cool. I like you. I'll be honest. Okay. So... like, I know my friends, right? Okay, even I talk about tortas, right? You know, I sometimes talk about tortas, right? But I'll be so real with you. I'm a vibe, I know. I'll be so real with you. You know, I make fun of my friends for slaying tortas here and there, right? You know, that's the honest truth. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, I'll be really honest about that, you know? But have I ever liked a torta? Yeah, I have liked a torta before. I'm not gonna lie. I've never admitted that to anyone, right? And I'm not gonna say her name here, right? But I remember, right, when I was a bit younger. This is like fucking 2 years ago. This like. Ooh. Anyways, I remember, right, when I wasn't a lot younger. It was only a little bit. There was this one bigger girl that I liked. Bigger. She was a lot bigger, right? She, you know what I'm saying? She would do sports and stuff, but she was big, right? You know? And like, you know, I always make fun of people, but like, I actually really liked her because we were into like a lot of the same stuff, right? And I thought she was pretty, you know what I mean? Yeah, people act like they don't like us, but then date us. Shake my head. Like I say it as a joke, but the honest truth is I like this girl, right? I thought she was really pretty. I thought this girl was really pretty because she liked a lot of the stuff that I did, but also she was like a really cool mixture of everything. She was black, Hispanic, white, and Native American. You know what I mean, right? She was like a cool mixture of all like these races, right? And I thought like, you know, and we got along like a lot, right? I thought she was really cool. She'll laugh at like most of my jokes and don't you dare come over here, please. You know, she would. She would like laugh at most of my jokes. So we used to kind of hang out, not like that, but we used to kind of hang out, right? And like I remember, like sometimes I would stare at her and I would lose myself just a little bit. She's like, and she would never notice, right? But I'll be like, man, I gotta be more careful, you know, because she had like light green eyes, right? And she like we liked a lot of the same shit. And she said she didn't like me, right? But there's a few times that some of my friends caught me, what do you call it, caught her staring at me. And I did the same thing, right? But I never went for it though, you know? I never went for it because I think I know why, but I'm not exactly sure, you know? So she was really cool. And something really weird, it's always the eyes, I'm telling you. And it's something really weird with me is that I've always tended to like girls with like deeper voices. Am I weird for that? No, I'm probably not weird for that, but something I've noticed is I like girls with deeper voices. I like girls with like super raspy voices. I don't know why. I'm like a freak like that, you know what I mean? Like I like girls with raspy voices, you know? No, but that's just your type. That's something that I noticed. Their like voice is a little raspy, right? You know, a little fucked up. Sounds like they smoked a little bit, right? For some reason, right? I like that shit. Or like when their voice, right, sounds like a little more. Man, be careful. I guess when their voice sounds a little bit more masculine, or not masculine, but I would maybe that's the right term. Or like not like a super, you know, like most females have super light voices, right? You know, you can tell they're a female, right? You know, but like girls who have like a little bit of a deeper voice, you know, or like raspy voice, you know. That's something I remember. I've always been into girls, right, that have like a little bit of a deeper voice or raspy. Whoa, she's right there. I love it.
A la verga, wait, mira. A la
Verga, makes sense. You like ghetto black girls? Yo, let's freaking go. But even when it came to like white girls as well, right? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just dated black women for the longest time because I just thought they were funny. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of funny, right? So like, you know, that's why, you know what I'm saying? I just thought they were funny. That's the whole reason on so they're gonna come. That's literally the like pretty much the main reason on why. It's just I think they're funny. That's all. And I like being around like funny people, you know what I mean, right? Because I think it makes me funnier, you know, right? Well, well, I'm, well, you're in a new era now. Yeah, I'm big. I'm with white girls. Ain't no way. Yo, take a hit for me, baby. Take a hit for me. Thank you. A la verga. Ain't no way she missed that, bro. I was expecting to trade right there. Cough, cough. I don't know. I just like people. Like, the people I get along with the most are super funny people or people who laugh at my jokes, right? Those are the people I get along with the most, you know? You know, I figured out something. Do you guys want me to teach you a life hack on how, like, not to get angry at people, right? And this life hack will genuinely help you out. If you're talking to a very ignorant and very dumb person, right, about a topic that you know more than them, right? Or, like, you don't like them, there's an easy way to go around it. Just pretend they're retarded, right? And I know this might sound screwed up, right? But just pretend they're super stupid, right? To the point that they're intellectually disabled. If you put, this is what I do, and this might sound messed up, right? But when I don't want to get angry at someone, I just pretend they're intellectually and disabled, right? So I start being really nice to them, right? And in turn, right, they start being really, really nice to me, and then we get along. You know, that's what I've noticed. That's what I do in real life. When someone's super, super stupid, right? Or like super, super like just yelling, no evidence or anything, right? You know, I just pretend they're genuinely like intellectually disabled, right? I just pretend they're intellectually disabled. So in turn, I don't get mad at them. I don't get mad at them like that. You know what I mean? That's how I set my mindset too. If you genuinely just pretend they're just actually just like they have like some sort of like IQ deficiency or whatever, excuse me, like genuinely, you won't get mad at them because you just kind of realize they're just being foolish. You know what I'm saying, right? You know, and that's how I kind of try to go across life. Is just someone doesn't agree with me or someone has like some just says something outrageous, someone says something completely out freaking outrageous, right? I'm just like, oh, okay, you know, and then I just move on. I can see how that works. Yeah, next time you get into an argument with someone who genuinely is super, super annoying, honestly, just pretend they're intellectually disabled, like mentally, like they have some sort of like medical condition that makes like, you know, that they're just.
Why is it always me?
Why is it always me? It's always me. It's always the cute one. It's always the freaking cute white one. Oh my them hoes. Them hoes. Them hoes. Them. I like booty. I don't get mad or argue with people. I'm weird. I just hate arguments and I don't see the point on wasting my energy to get mad. I completely respect that. You're very smart. I like you. You seem like a very cheery person. You remind me of this one girl, right? Named Layla. You know, God is super funny when it comes to his jokes, bro. Do you know why God's so funny when it comes to his jokes? I was dating this one girl, right? And she had a little sister, and her little sister was named Layla, right? And then the next girl, right, I got into a relationship with her name was Layla. Do you see how God is funny with his jokes, right? Do you see how funny he is with his jokes? Like, I was dating her, and then the girl that I like started trying to date next, right, was the same. She had the same name as the little sister. Do you see how God is funny with his jokes, bro? Like he just predicts, he tells you what's going to happen, right? But you don't even know, you know, right? That's freaking crazy. Ain't that crazy? No, that genuinely happened. I literally was dating a girl, right? And her little sister was named Layla. And then the next girl, one of the next girls I believe that I talked to, right? Her name was Layla, bro. Like, do you see how funny he is with his jokes? Like, he tells you, you want to know the future? Oh, he'll give you a big hint, right? But we just don't know it. That would be creep me out low-key. No, that happened to me, man. I'm like, wow, God, you are really funny with your jokes, bro. You literally try to tell me the future, right? And I'm so stupid, I didn't even look at it. But honestly, no rational person would think about that, you know? So, or human being, at least. But like God's really funny with his jokes, man. He really is. He'll tell you what's gonna happen next, right? He'll just straight up tell you, but not tell you at the same time. Ain't that crazy? You know what I mean? That's freaking crazy, right? Like he'll tell you, but like you don't know what he's telling you. But he'll freaking tell you. He doesn't mind telling you, you know? That's how, like, he works with his freaking jokes, you know what I mean, right? I might be immediately— oh my fuck, he had sex! I'm sorry, that was the most retarded shit I've ever said. I'm sorry. That was probably one of the most autistic things that came flying out of my freaking mouth. I'm sorry, Lord, I'm so sorry. No, but real quick though, the Layla thing. You really remind me of Layla because you remind me of her, right? But like a way more like calm and chilled out version of, you know, her, right? She actually liked me. She was really successful. She was like she was like 20 already, right? Already had like a business, already was about to able to purchase a house and had like multiple cars already and all that stuff, right? And she was extremely wealthy, you know what I mean, right? She was extremely wealthy already at like the age of 20. She like could almost buy like a not like a medium sized house, like a really large house, right? You know, she's already really successful, right? She was that kind of woman, really independent and everything, right? You know. But I never dated her, right? Just because I have the same problem that I have right now. And it's never gone away after her. You know, she was a really good and kind person, right? You know, maybe a little retarded, right, on the Joe Biden shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But oh no, I get crazy, but this party crazy way. But yeah, besides the politics stuff, right? She was a very educated young woman, right? And you know, I hope she's doing good in life. She deserves someone better than me, just because, like, you know, I don't think she deserves a retard. You know, her compared to my fucking humor, I mean, not humor. She thought I was the funniest man freaking alive. She would constantly laugh at my shit. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, how do you think I'm freaking funny? Like, I can be funny. I think sometimes I'm, well, I genuinely think I'm funny, right? But how do you think I'm funny? I just say autistic stuff all the time, man. My jokes don't even work most of the time. My jokes is like a Adderall patient on steroids. You know what I'm saying, right? Oh, where the heck? Need to find the generators to touch. I must touch the generators sexually. But anyways, like, yeah, I have, like, I have the same problem that I have now. Is just that I don't, you know, I feel like that she deserves, you know, I felt like she, like, you know, I didn't really try, like, I dated her, but I didn't date her, you know, it was kind of back and forth just because, like, I wanted to, but the inside of me, right, and this is what I have now. Oh my face in my culo. Oh my I'm so fucked. Oh my actual big blank nigga dicks in my actual ass. Oh my fuck. No, but yeah, the same problem now is just I think that she deserves better and she shouldn't deserve, right? Even right now, this is what I think. I think the person that I really like right now, right? Why is it always BBC in your ass? Oh shit, I hit the fuck out of my microphone. How fucking how fucking what's that one fucker? What's that one fuckers that hit that one bitch in the Grammy Awards? Anyway, Chris Brown a bitch. Anyways though, like, this is what I kind of think right now. It's just kind of like, it's always like, you know, people deserve someone who they know what they want and stuff, right? And they don't want someone who's kind of just insecure and goes a la verga, a la, and someone who like just goes back and, oh my fuck, my big blank dick in my big blank ass. If I might be fucked. I am really fucked right here. I am so fucked. I like men. I like BBC's fuck. No, but it's kind of like this. What, like, being honest with you, it's kind of like this. I think like people deserve better than me just because I always go back and forth, right? You know what I mean? So you keep breaking up with people because you think you aren't good enough for them, right? It started being more on that like through my later relationships, right? That's why, you know what I'm saying. It just kind of, I was really honest with them. I was just like, you know, I honestly, right, am really confused on what I want right now, right? And I'm pretty sure you don't want to keep going back and forth with me, right? Because you're an adult and I'm an adult, right? And I'm just like, because I was really honest with them, right? You know? And I would, you know, and I would say, right, you're an adult and I am an adult, right? And you deserve the honest truth. And the honest truth is, I don't know. I'm really confused about myself. And honestly, you just deserve someone better who knows what they want and someone who isn't going to go back and forth with you one day yes, one day no, right? And out of respect for you, right? And as a human being, right? You deserve someone who knows what they want, who they want to be, and what they are. You don't deserve someone like me, right? Who gets really confused. And some days, right, he's all in it, and then other days he's not. You deserve someone, right, that isn't like me, who knows what they want, and someone who is, you know, think someone who goes back and forth in between yourself. You know what I mean, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not trying to find, maybe it is that, honestly, right? I've always tried to deny. Maybe it's just because, okay, because it's the honest truth is this. After like my last, like after my last relationship, right, I became kind of a sex addict. I'm not even gonna lie, right? It's really bad. You know what I mean, right? It's really bad, right? You know what I'm saying? And like to cope with it, I either smoke or I like do stuff I shouldn't do. That's the honest truth with you guys. I haven't told you guys this yet, but that's the honest truth. Is I'll do stuff right to get me away from that stuff because I don't like that part about me being just an actual sexual freaking demon constantly. I don't like that about me because I feel like I should be more than my sexuality. I should be, you know, an actual person, right? I should, you know, treat women with respect, you know, and not just think of them as objects, right? You know what I mean? Because that's justification, and first of all, that's bad. Second of all, that's a sin, and I know that, right? But after that last relationship, that part kind of fucked me up, you know what I mean, right? And then like I use, you know, substances sometimes to get myself away from that because I don't want to just be, you know, sexually, you know, I just don't want to be aroused all the time, right? And all that, and that's the genuine truth with you, you know. I want to be more than this thing, right? You know, and I distract myself by doing stuff I shouldn't do, and that's the honest truth. That's the honest truth, you know what I mean? And I feel like that might be a thing that places it because like I don't feel like I deserve to be with someone, right? If I'm constantly, just thinking about sexual stuff, you know what I mean, right? And I really try to hide this part for myself. Oh no, sex addict, bro. Sex addict. If you like not deal with it, it's horrible. It was like me when I was like smoking really heavy, you know? Even more than now, so. Alright, that's the honest truth, you know, so. You know what I mean? You shouldn't let your sexual nature as a human define what you are constantly. If you're constantly just want sex, which I kind of became, you know what I mean, right? That's not a good thing, just to constantly be thinking about sex. It's not a good thing at all, you know? But maybe I've never experienced it. You never experienced it because you never become dependent or reliant on it, you know? You know what I'm saying? Once you become dependent and reliant on it, right, because you get your feelings hurt or something, right, or you don't think people love you, right, you become independent on one thing, right, and this could lead to drugs or coke or whatever it is, right? In my case, it was that, and it keeps moving from pills to all that other stuff, right? And that's the honest truth, you know? That's literally the honest truth, right? And that's why I, am flat out honest with you guys, and I respect, right? Oh, constantly. Yeah. That's the problem, right? You know what I mean? Like me now, personally, me becoming more religious and stuff, right? I'm genuinely just trying to wait for the right person, right? You know what I'm saying? Because one, I think it's wrong, but also two, I shouldn't be objectifying women in that way just because of my sexual arousal towards, women. That's not correct of me, right? Just to like hang out with someone and, just expect sex, you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I mean? So at least you're working through it. It's hard, but it's the honest truth, you know what I mean? That's why I'm really honest with like somebody I date and stuff, and I said sorry if I'm like this all the time or whatever the case is, or yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying, right? But because I don't want to objectify the woman, but just wanting her by her body, right? You know what I'm saying, right? Because that's not, for source of morally, that's not right, right? And think about it, and also like God wouldn't want me to do that to a woman, right? So why should I treat His creation, right, like it's some sort of fucking toy when it should be valued and should be worth something? You should love the person, right? And also you do it with them, but that you love them, you just don't do it because you just want to do it, you know what I mean, right? It's not right and it's not correct, because if that's what you expect, right, that's all you'll ever get, and you never feel true satisfaction, because that's all that's on your mind, and that's all that will ever be on your mind if you can't escape from it. You should treat people with dignity and not just think about that constantly, expect that as return, And that's why I'm really honest. Like every person like I talk to or date, I'm like, hey, or tell me if I'm too much, tell me if I'm this, right, tell me if I'm that, because I don't want to objectify you, you know what I'm saying? because I really want to find a person, right, that I really, really sincerely love and care about, right? You know what I'm saying? Before I do any like sexual stuff like that, you know, I want to build a relationship and I want to build a bond with someone, right? The basis of the relationship isn't how good I can fuck them, you know, because I've been in relationships like that, right, where literally the only reason that relationship lasted was because of how good sex, what do you call, how good the sex I could fucking produce, you know what I mean? And I don't want that, you know what I'm saying? I want someone to love me, I don't want someone to love me just because the sex is good, you know what I mean, right? Because it feels horrible being in a situation like that, right? When literally the only reason the person is with you just because the sex is good as that's it, and after you guys are done, right, they don't really freaking care. They only come to you, right, to get fucked, right? And then when they can't get fucked by you or you're busy, right, they go to someone else, you know what I mean? And it's not like all the time, but it was in my situation it was like that. So you know, and it makes you into a different person because you're constantly asking, and then you get angry when they can't get it right. You know, I never did anything like foolish, right? I never like, you know, I've never like art anyone or anything like that. I would never do such a thing, right? But you kind of become a different person, you know, right? If you're just constantly that on your mind and you just constantly want to smash, you know what I mean? So that's the honest truth. So yeah. And then you get away with it by doing other stuff, right? And other stuff that you shouldn't do that's, you know, just as harmful, right? And then you can never get away with it because it's a cycle of repeating that you either do this or you do that and then you do this, right? And then you feel horrible because you do this, you know? Right? And it's a very, very bad cycle to get in and out of it, you know what I'm saying? So... But like those days I managed not to do stuff like that. Those days I managed to make it to like 20, 30, 40 days without doing anything sexual, right? You know, towards myself or with someone, right? I feel incredible. I feel like a different person. I actually think rationally and I'm really motivated to do stuff, right? That I typically wouldn't do, right? You know, and it feels amazing when I'm not like that because I can clearly think and I clearly know what I want, right? Because I'm rational mind, right? But usually that's not the case with me, right? And I really struggle with that and I can't usually think, and I think that's why I'm so mixed about a lot of things, right? You know what I'm saying? But when I don't do it, you know, I'm good. I can work through, right? I can work through anything. I'm aware of my emotions and I can make adult decisions, right? But when I'm not like that, you know, when I'm not like that, it's really, I do struggle a lot in that because I go to something else to help me find my relief and help me find relief and help me find something to comfort me through, something to comfort me through it, you know? But at the end of the day, you always go back to your own pleasures, you know what I mean, right? And that's the problem with me. Like, I'm very self-aware. I know I'm very self-aware. I'm not stupid to it. If you just analyze yourself, right, and you stop being ignorant to your own problems, right, you can figure out what's wrong with you. The other case is fixing those problems. That's a different slippery slope to go around because it's easy to say, it's easy to say something, but to do it, it's a different ball game. You know what I mean, right? Right, that's why. But like, that's why I'm really honest with people, right? And honest with my relationships and everybody, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I would never want to fuck. That's why I would never want to hurt someone that I care about truly. You know what I mean? I think I'm kind of fucked in my actual ass, like real good, you know, like... Oh my fuck. I'm sorry. But like, yeah, you know, I'm honest, you know, I'm very honest and stuff, right? When I'm talking to my partner or someone I'm interested in, you know what I'm saying, right? And really honest. Because like, this is me, you know, I have my issues and stuff, right? That you should know, you know what I'm saying, right? I've struggled with this, I struggle with that, right? But I'm honest about it, and that's the best thing that I can be about, you know what I'm saying? Even though I still struggle with all this stuff, right? I'm just really open about my problems, just because, you know, maybe someone's going through the same thing, right? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, right? But like, I did make a promise to myself is I'm not gonna hurt people, right? Just to get to their bodies. I'm not gonna do that, you know what I mean, right? As much as like the little demon inside of me wants to do that, right? You know what I'm saying? I can't, and I must not allow myself to snoop that low, even though it's hard, right? I can't allow myself to snoop that low and degrade someone like that, right? Even if they don't realize they're being degraded, because it is a type of degradation, so. You see? You know, I told you I'm really self-aware. I am very self-aware of what I do, right? But to fix it is a different concept in itself, you know? You see? I ain't stupid, you know? I know my faults, you know what I'm saying? I know other people's faults too. Like when I really love someone, something that I like doing when I really love someone is I pay attention to their little habits, right? Like if they apologize for something stupid, right? I kind of link it to what has happened to their past, right? And I kind of connect it together. Or if someone acts a certain way, right? Or they're lazy or whatever the case is. Excuse me. I always try to link what call it how the way they think, you know what I mean, right? The way they think and stuff, you know, just to pay attention to them and just not to offend them in any way, right? Because if I really care about a person, I'll pay attention to them and pay attention to their even eating and sleeping habits, right? To make sure what they like and what they don't like and what kind of person they could be and how their mental thinks, you know. I'm very like meticulous when it comes to that. I do that, but I think that's my nurse brain at work. No, like you, like I see somebody, right? I pay attention to everything, the cough, the way they look, right? What do you call it? If they're aware of something, right? If they're not aware, right? If they're ignorant to something, right? You know what I mean? If they're brazen, if they're arrogant, if they're shy, right? I pay attention to all that stuff, right? You know, do they have any visible scars? Do they have anything that I could see? Any identifications, right? Like I'm really weird. I look at people's teeth. Like I remember how my best friend's teeth are built. I know how his teeth looks like. I remember how his teeth looks like. I can even describe it. Like I pay attention to your teeth, I pay attention to your face, I pay attention to your eye color, your eyelash. If you're missing something, you have a scar or something, right? Your height, you know how fat you are, you know, what your weight could possibly be. I literally do all that stuff, right? When I really care about someone. Your sleeping patterns, your eating habits, right? I do all of that shit in my fucking head. And it's unintentional too, but it's like, oh my fuck. But like when I really care about someone, right, I will like over examine them, right, by a lot, you know what I mean? Everything that they do, right, I will pay attention to the smallest thing, right, to like the most obvious thing, you know. But I usually won't say anything about it because I don't like to freak people out, right? But if I were to tell you, right, what I've noticed about people that I genuinely care about, right, or even some of you guys, right, if I were to do that, you guys would get freaked out. Because I pick up on very key things, right? You know what I'm saying? I would say the best thing I'm really good at picking up is insecurities. How long have you been live, Jelly? I've been live for 1 hour, 57 minutes, 20 seconds. And my penis grows. I'm kidding. It's just something that I just tend to do, that's all. Ooh, can you do that to anyone here? I'm not trying to freak anyone out, bro. I'm not trying to freak to anyone out. But there is someone right now, right, that I do know way more than I should know, you know? All I'm about to say is this. I know what they're insecure. I'm not going to say what it is out loud, right? But I'm pretty sure there's someone here, right? No, it's not you, Laura, okay? But there is someone here, right, that I do know about your insecurities, right? And I do know that, what do you call it? I do know someone here, right? I'm not gonna say who in particular, right? But I know someone's here is really insecure about some stuff, right? What else? Let me try to remember, right? They easily get hurt by the people that they think they love, right? And they put too much trust into people, right, that they should really put trust into, but they still trust them, right? But their anger subsides eventually. I'm not gonna say who that is, right? You know, or like one of my viewers, they might not even be here, right? But it's a viewer that sometimes goes to my channel, right? And something about them is that they have not anger issues or anything, but they get really sad really quickly over the smallest thing ever, and they'll get over it, right? Because they still have that love in their heart, even though if they don't realize that they have that little crevice in their heart of love, right? But they do get sad over very, very little and very minor inconveniences, right? But they'll eventually get over it and come back. It's because they don't realize that they have that much love and they think the world is lost, right? In reality, it's not. It's just them at the end of the day, and that's all. There's good people out there and there's bad people out there. It's just your perspective, how you look at stuff, you know? And it doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing or a good thing, right? None of that, you know? Everyone's built different, everyone's hard different, everyone has different experiences in life, you know? But that's never going to change the fact that I care about them. You know what I mean? Right, so yeah. do me. Let's see, how much do you know about me? Do I still need time to figure me out? You haven't been here for too long, but something that I noticed about you is that you're a very nice and eccentric person, but that makes me think that you're hiding something, and I'm not sure exactly what you're hiding, right? Because you're super eccentric and you're super nice, but I feel like you've been through something, right, that most people wouldn't understand. You're very eccentric and you're very nice, but I feel like it's something to cover up with something that happened. But I might be completely wrong about that because I got enough time to know you, right? But that's what it seems like to me. You know, you're super nice, you're super sweet, and you really do honestly care about the people that you do honestly care about. You know, you're fun, goofy, and you're really entertaining to be around. And a lot of people do like your personality because of the way you treat people, right? Depending on whatever race, religion, or whatever the case is, right? I can tell that you are a genuine person when it does come to caring about people, and that you love the people that you love, but you know what you like and you know what you dislike. That's what I can tell so far about you. I'm not exactly sure what else, but that's what I kind of pick up for you, you know? I could be completely wrong about this, right? You know, because I'm not 100% accurate in anything. Oh shit, you're good. You should do fortunes. No, it's not that. I don't believe in fortune telling. I don't believe that. I just do believe I can pick up on things, right? No, that most people would just ignore just because, you know, I do care about you because, like, I do think you're cool. I've never, like, maybe once or twice I've thought about you off stream, right? But I do genuinely think you're a really, really cool person and a really sweethearted person, right? You know what I'm saying? You're really cool when it comes to everybody. That's what I do, you know, find about you. You're really kind and you're really caring. You're really sweet, you know? And you try to be really polite to everyone that you meet, even if you disagree with them. That kind of seems like the person that you speak to me, but it seems like you are something happened, but I'm not exactly sure on what this is, right? You know? Because no one can ever be happy that much, right? Or it could have been someone who's seen too much death already, right? That they kind of just get used to it, right? And try to make the fact of light that this is human life, right? You know what I mean? And you know, you try to make the best out of bad situations, right? Even if you're trying to hide your pain and your insecurities away because of that, which is pretty normal. So, you know, yeah, something happened. Who knows? You know what I mean? Something happened. Everyone always has that story in their life that made them change into a particular person that they are, or, you know, promise not to do something. You know what I mean, right? But I could be completely wrong about that. But at the end of the day, the only thing that I've only known about you so far is that you are very a genuine and sweet person, right? You genuinely love the people that you care about, you know? That's what I can immediately pick up on you. That's like the vibe I get from you, right? So far, I don't know too much you don't know too much of you, right? But that's immediately the vibe I get from you, right? And I really respect someone who is just like you, that's super loving and super caring, right? Even if something doesn't go right, you know. Not a lot of people are like that. Most people are arrogant to them, to their own destruction, or arrogant to the way that they think, you know, or non-caring. Right, that's kind of what I pick up, but I haven't known you know too long, so I can't pick up anything else, right? You know, it's just what I, you know, pay attention to. That's it. I can always say something positive about you know, most people. You know what I mean, right? You know, I'll compliment you guys right now. You're next, Laura. Okay, this is what I've noticed about Laura. You're really shy. You're really okay. Fuck it, you know. I'm a fortune teller out here. I'm kidding. I'm not. Demonic shit, but I hear you. What I can tell about oh la shita, fuck yeah. You want help? I can help you. I'm so sorry. Oh shit, shita, it's a spicy amitabala, shita la verga, wey chingado 23. Something that I picked up from Laura, or this is what I just oh, I'm sorry. Something that I picked up is that I can tell she's a super nice, super reserved person, right? She can be explosive at times, you know, but she believes in what she believes in. She's a hard stance on it, right? But it's hard on what do you call it? Sometimes it is hard to move her opinion, right? Because she comes from a place and from a culture, right, that people have very hard-headed opinions, right? You know what I'm saying? She will be willing to listen to you, right? But she's not gonna agree with you, right? And she's just gonna pretend like she, what do you call it, someone understands or is gonna listen, right? But she's still gonna keep her opinion at the end of the day, right? You know? She's sometimes scared to speak up and sometimes scared to say things, right? Because people think she's gonna a la verga. Ah! People think she's gonna get, she thinks she's gonna get yelled at, or she said something wrong, when in reality that's just not the case, you know? You can hit me. Thank you. But she's a really sweet person, right? But she dislikes what she dislikes, right? And she'll make it very apparent to you what she dislikes. It's not like a haha hint guess, you know what I'm saying? No, she'll make it very apparent what she agrees and what doesn't agree with, you know, and she'll say it out in a very explosive statement, whether you like it or not, right? You know, if she does have the option and does have the chance, right, she will say what she speaks when she does have the chance. She won't say it out out in publicly like that, but if you give her the time and chance of day, right, she will say her opinion, right, to someone who she really trusts, and she doesn't really trust you, right? She'll still say it and be a little bit on edge, but she'll still say it at the end of the day. I pay attention to people like I actually like a little too freaking much. You know what I mean, right? A little too much. Like, if I like you as a viewer, I'll remember shit, true, but I will change myself. I would say most of the shit that you think is okay, you know what I mean, right? Most of your belief system, I would say, is structured on clarity and working, but the only thing that I would only recommend changing about you personally is just this doubt that you have constantly sometimes on you, the doubt of being sorry about shit you but it shouldn't be, the doubt of being, you know, being defenseless, right? And being in the same situation and just being defenseless. That's the only thing. I genuinely think you're a very positive, very courageous young woman, right? You know what I mean? I genuinely think that about yourself. You're just, you know what I'm saying? But you should not change, you know, the part about you being shy, because that makes you unique and that makes you you, you know what I mean, right? The explosive part is really, really nice. Not everyone is willing to say their opinion, right? Even in the face of, you know, being, you know, right? I know, it's hard, but I'll try. Oh, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily all the traits that someone contains is a bad habit. That's what makes us unique. That's what all makes us unique. If we all acted the same, right, none of us would be, you know, everyone would be kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're explosive doesn't mean you're necessarily bad. You know, you do stand what you stand for, and you stand what you mean for, and that's something very to respect about you. You're a very kind and sweet person, and when someone gives you the time of day, you're really good at expressing your love to them. Because you're super nice and you're super sweet and you're very respectable in that category. You really are. And that's something I do admire about you, is your selflessness of being able to be weak, right? And being able to admit when you're weak, right? You know what I mean? That's something I really do admire about you, is being able to be weak and being comfortable around someone, that could potentially judge you, right? But you still show them your true feelings and how you genuinely feel, and that's respectful, and that's something courageous that most people don't do. Most people just hide things and bottle them up, right? So people will never find it, and it will never show on the surface, but underneath, that's what really matters, right? So that's what I would say to that, you know. I would say most of your you don't seem, you know, I don't exist, right? You see that person? That's crazy.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? I don't think, you know, because most people say bad, you know, some personality traits are bad. I would only say get rid of the toxic personality traits, right? That's it. But there's nothing wrong with being weak. There's nothing wrong with being shy. We're all different, unique creatures, right? And that's how God made us, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with all of that. That's what makes you unique, and that's what makes you special, you know? Right? I would just say, if you just have like a toxic trait or something bad, right? Like you get angry too quickly, right? Or like me, right? I get too angry too quickly immediately off one word, right? You know, and I try to control that sometimes, you know, but sometimes I can't, you know, but I try my very best. Stuff like that is bad. But when it comes to being explosive and like shy and all that stuff, no, that's perfectly fine. That's what makes you special. If you weren't like that, you'll just be boring and basic like everyone else, right? But if you're not like that, right? You know, you're unique and special, and that's what makes you, you know? Bet. Oh, I know so much about Bet. Are you ready? Bet is a young kid, right, who does have a little bit of a temper problem, which who doesn't know how to control his temper, right? But he does have a lot of love and a lot of love in his heart. But he is very self-conscious, right? And he really does think of what other people think about him, right? Severely, mainly his classmates as well. This is a very normal thing for kids, because kids always try to fit in, even adults, right? Try to fit in. You know what I mean? No amount of money and stuff, no amount of money could ever replace if someone's a complete loser. You can have all the money in the world, right? But if you have no friends, no bitches, no nothing, right? right? Guess what? You still think you're a loser at the end of the day, because the best gratification you can get is not nor from sex nor from drugs. The best kind of gratification you could get is attention from other people, and people genuinely wanting to be around you, people genuinely wanting to care about you. That's what people mostly want. You could argue that point, right? But nothing feels better than someone genuinely loving and caring for you. Imagine you had a group of people who genuinely loved and cared for you, right? And were there constantly 24/7. You wouldn't need to feel to do drugs, because that is way better than any kind of drug you could ever take in your entire life. Is actually being felt like you're welcome for once, instead of being outcasted, you know? You focus too much on people actually trying to like you, right? When you shouldn't focus to that at all. But that's very normal when it comes to being a young kid. You want to be accepted, you want to be cool, right? You want to be funny and all that stuff. And when people don't accept you, you feel like an outcast, because why aren't these guys friends with me? Why don't I have too many friends, right? Why can I not make friends? Why do people think I'm annoying, right? You know, and you circle these things back and forth in your head, right? And you're trying to figure out what's wrong, when in reality, right, sometimes it's just you're just a little cringy kid, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. We're all a little bit different, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But people are too judgmental. Even children are judgmental. You see how quickly children are to make fun of someone, right? They immediately make fun of someone, they don't think about it, and that's why bullying is so common when it comes to children. You know? Even adults, right? You see adults making fun of each other, you know? And when someone makes fun of each other, right? Because I've been on the receiving end, but also I have, you know, been, you know, on both sides, right? The reason somebody makes fun of someone, right, is because one, they think it's genuinely funny and they want to call it out, but two, people like getting the attention when you make fun of someone, because you get temporary attention on yourself, and that attention feels absolutely amazing, especially when you made a funny joke, right? They genuinely feel like you're the funniest person in the room, like, haha, I made this really funny joke at someone else's expense, and now everyone's staring at me and I have their attention, right? And we can keep making fun of this kid, and they can keep praising me for my funny jokes. That's the whole reason people make fun of each other, because it's genuinely funny as well, right? But genuinely want people to be like, hey, you know, for people to think you're funny as well, you know, right? You know, that's the reason. Because I have, as much as I don't want to admit this, right, I did do a little bit of bullying. While the bullying that I did to people, right, was never a crazy amount, you know, a crazy extent, right? You know, that's kind of the feeling that I would get, right, is the satisfaction, right, that I would get when I made fun of someone, you know, like not a little satisfaction, but just kind of like a little love, just like, haha, that's so funny, haha, that's so brilliant, right? You know, you're able to think of this funny shit, you know, haha, you're so funny, but at someone else's expense. But it doesn't matter if it's at someone else's expense, because, you know, who cares? You know what I'm saying? We're laughing at them, we're not friends with them, right? So why should we care about this person? Yeah, it might hurt me a little to make fun of this person, but at the end of the day, I'm getting what I want, and I'm getting that dopamine in my brain. You know? Oh man, I went off and off and off. Excuse me. Oh, I got you. I'll touch you real good, baby. I'll touch you all over your body. No. If I had to say something about me, who knows the best for me? Me. What about David Parker? Okay, I'm not gonna say his shit. He's gonna get creeped out. I can say something about Miss Ghouls, right? The reason you're so enclosed and so into what do you call it, you don't want to ever reply to anything, right, is because one, you don't really care, right? But the main reason is you're not trying to give too much information about yourself online, because you're scared someone's gonna figure who you are online. Not necessarily that, but you try to be safe online, and try not to give too much information out, and you're only concerned about what's happening in the game. That's what's happening with people. That's why you don't care to reply, not because you're trying to be an asshole, just because you're genuinely not just because you genuinely just what do you call it you don't really care to reply. You care more about gameplay than anything, and the only topics that you care about, right, are the ones that are relating to you and what you care about. It's nothing necessarily bad, right? You know what I mean? But it might come off as that way, but it's nothing bad because you're only interested in when you're interested, right? You know what I mean? It's not to be rude or not to be anything, just because you just don't care, that's all. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it'd be cool if I could literally go and freaking find something to, like, you know, go and escape from. That'd be pretty cool, right? But no, I've been here for the past freaking 5 hours, right? And for some dang old reason, I literally cannot find the exit gate. I don't know where the heck it's at. Don't know where it's gonna be. Don't know anything, right? You know, I don't even know how to pull up my own pants and tie my underwear, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, I think he's gonna actually... No, I'm not. Okay, I think I'm fine. I'm gonna quickly open this, right? Okay. Like, I'll tell you about my friend Tristan. Tristan has been my best friend since, well, we started talking like 5-ish years ago, I would say. 5.5 something years ago in a few months, right? We became friends. And at first we weren't really close friends like that. We would hang out, right? But, you know, we started hanging out more and more. And just recently, the past, like, I would say 3 years, right? We have been best friends. We hang out a lot. I genuinely love the dude. I think he's super funny. And he's someone who tries to get along with everybody. But he's just really scared of saying his opinion, right? Just not to cause any tension, right? He believes in what he believes in, right? But he's scared to share his opinion because he's scared if... he's either going to get attacked for it, right? And genuinely, he doesn't want to cause any problems. He's extremely sweet and he'll do anything when he genuinely loves someone, right? But he backs down, right? And he becomes a little shy and reserved when the person doesn't appreciate what he does, you know? So he kind of quiets down and stuff, but he does believe in what he does believe in, right? But he's not very good with it, and he can backtrack, right? Not backtrack like in the normal sense you think of backtracking and taking back what he said, right? But saying it in a quieter, more you know, softer tone, so it doesn't seem as bad what he thinks, you know what I mean? That's why he is a very good friend, right? He's really inconsistent with being a friend, though. He doesn't really like texting. He likes kind of being lazy and chilling, right? Not really texting or not. He's reading... I'm not reading fortunes. Okay, this is not fortune. This is just what I pick up from you guys, okay? Right, he's a really nice friend. I've known him for the longest time ever, right? He's super nice, he's super sweet, right? He likes having fun, right? But he knows when to quit it and when to knock it off, you know what I mean? He's one of my best friends, even though we don't talk all the time, right? And he can get busy or he can just be lazy with stuff, right? And I do go back and forth with sometimes with him. I said, you know, sometimes I think of dude, you know, sometimes like when he does get really on my nerves, I think about dropping him as a friend. And I know I shouldn't think that, but sometimes I just get really annoyed the fact that, you know, it feels like I have to do everything, right? But at the end of the day, I do think he's a good dude. I think he really does care about his family values, right? And his values when he does have a partner are exceptionally high. If you were to date this man, right, you would be the luckiest woman on the world, because this man, right, treats his partners with the most highest respect, right? And he will literally get these little gifts here and there, right? And he'll take his girlfriend to special places, right? You know, and he'll genuinely bond over like super cool things, right? And he'll talk about his, you know, he'll talk about what he genuinely thinks of, but he's scared to share his what do you call it, political opinions, and scared to share his actual, you know, opinions that he genuinely thinks about values and stuff sometimes when it comes to that. But I do really appreciate how cool he has been as a friend, you know what I mean, right? He's genuinely one of my best friends. He's been like one of the coolest guys ever. He's super cool. He's super awesome to be around, right? He's super approachable. You could approach this guy, right? He'll say, hey, what's up? How are you doing, right? Super approachable, super funny. He gets along with everybody, right? There's no one that does not like him, you know? That's how likable he is. Compared to me, he's extremely likable. He gets along with absolutely everybody. Doesn't matter your political opinion, race, gender, whatever, right? He will get along with you, and it doesn't matter if you are on the opposite fence, right, of what he is, right? He is genuinely one of those dudes, right, that you could literally be best friends with, right? Or like you see him walking, you just know he's a really, really... You know what I'm saying, right? You just really know he's a good dude. Like, you guys would love him. If he became a streamer, you guys would love him. Like, he's that, like, he genuinely gets along with every single buddy. I never have seen him dislike someone, right? I never have seen him genuinely dislike someone like that, right? Unless they went over the line and they crossed the line that they should have not crossed. I'm dead, fuck. Really, really nice guy. I really love him for that. Because when I see him, right, he's friends with all different sorts of people from different, like, you know, aspects of life. He's friends with people, you know, obviously, you know, opposite gender, right? But also friends with people who are outside of his way of thinking, that live in a certain way, right? You know, like, example, hardcore Christians, hardcore Muslims, right? People who, you know, he has been friends with people who have really fucked up like ways of thinking, or just like really being the victim and stuff. Like, he's been friends with people who are just pure victims. He's been friends with people who think themselves as like alpha males or like chads and stuff, right? And he's always gotten along with every single one of them because he has a way with his words, right, that make you feel comfortable around them, right? It doesn't make you feel like you're getting judged, you know? And that's what I feel when I talk to him, right? It doesn't feel like I'm getting judged or anything. Even if I say, hey, tell me your correct opinion, right? Or what you think about the situation. It never feels like he's judging you. It just feels like he's listening to you and taking all the information in. If you ever get a friend to be able to do that, right, that's absolutely amazing. Because not all people are like that, you know? Super accepting, super kind, man, genuine guy. Super, super awesome, you know? He's very, you know, as much as we argue and stuff, right, and we don't only see the eye to eye and things, right, genuinely, he's one of my best friends, and I wouldn't take him for the world, you know what I'm saying, right, just because, like, he is that guy. He is, you know, a friend that everyone wish we could have, you know what I mean, right? Minus, like, the laziness, but, you know, we could always get across that just because he's so cool. Allah, Alita, Ali. Oh, he's not chasing me right now. Oh my for them ho, for them ho. We for them ho, for them hoes, real good. We for them hoes all the way. For them hoes, for them hoes. For them hoes, super for them hoes, yeah, scream. Allah, Allah, Allah. Oh yeah, okay. Tell me when you're back, Nova. So wait, Laura, are you here? Laura, are you here? Laura. Laura, did you die, puto? I might be kind of screwed right here. Yes, I'm here. Okay, I don't know if I told you this or anything. I might have told you this, right? I don't know. I don't know if I told you guys this, right? It's gonna be in a little YouTube short, but I'm officially cursed. Someone put a demonic curse on me recently. I'm not scared of it though or anything because I don't believe in false gods, right? But I recently got a demonic curse put on me. Like, I believe this was yesterday. There's a demonic curse that has been put on me because someone did dislike me that much, right? That they told me that they were gonna do it. You know what I mean? And they did do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that happened. It's gonna be in a YouTube short, right? If you guys are really curious on like the details and stuff of what specifically happened. I might say it in a little bit, but excuse me. I made a little YouTube short about it. Just kind of like it's okay, bitch. It's okay. Come on, get the fuck up. Oh, you fucking pussy, come. Like, as a little fun YouTube short, a la verga. Like, as a little fun YouTube short, I decided to, you know, I should have dropped like, but like as a little fun YouTube short, I've been this morning I was actually working on a YouTube short. I'm probably gonna work on a few videos here and there, just saying my opinions about Marvel Rivals and the current state of the game. I've been having like a lot of fun doing those, and also on YouTube Shorts for members first, right? I am going to release like everyone's gonna get access right to these videos, but you guys are gonna get like these little short stories, right? They're like these little 2 to 3 minute like YouTube shorts where I tell stories about my first girlfriend, or you know, when I shit myself, right? You know, they're gonna be public and stuff, but members only. I'm starting to work on content again. I'm no longer being lazy. Those are gonna come out. The FNAF video is gonna come out eventually. I just need to get these little videos done and over because I am kind of enjoying these little videos, right? So gonna get these little videos out, gotta finish that FNAF video, you know, work on that thing, right? And then release that as well. You know, members only will have access to the videos way earlier than anybody else, right? You're gonna have like 50 like 20 to 50 videos instantly, like, you know what I'm saying? So why do I come back and I hear that you shit yourself? Okay, so what I'm starting to do is I'm gonna make these little YouTube shorts, right, of Dead by Daylight gameplay in the background or Marvel Rivals gameplay in the background, and just me telling story times of how I either shit myself, my first girlfriend, right, a haunted house incident, right, my first horror house I went to, right, you know, the moment I realized I figured out I was a whore, you know what I mean, right? I'm making all these little YouTube shorts, right, and like members only are gonna have access to it, like the first 20 to 50 videos, they're gonna have access to it. There's gonna be like one released a day, so they're gonna be more polished. I'm gonna try to make them more polished and stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna start releasing these little YouTube shorts, right? Just the story times that I've done, that I've shared on the channel, you know what I mean, right? Just some fun stuff I've done, stupid things I've done, dumb things I've realized about myself, you know what I mean, right? I'll tell you one of the stories I recorded right now. I try to remember the script off the top of my head. Guys, you know what sucks growing up? When you're really fucking fat. I remember as a kid, I used to eat pizza and donuts or really whatever, right, to be honest with you. And I remember growing up, my parents didn't really care on what I ate. Like, I would ask for like pizza or McDonald's, right? And they would just say, oh, okay. I remember I was such a fat 5th grader. I could finish a whole Little Caesars pizza by myself, by the way, right? You know what I mean? By myself, you know what I'm saying, right? And it sucks because like when you're playing in the playground, right, and all these other kids are around you and they go for you because they know you're the slowest one in the playground in tag, right? So they intentionally go for you when they can't get anyone else. And then it sucks because for the rest of recess, you're trying to chase these kids who are way skinnier, right, and way faster than you. But since you're fat as fuck, right, you can't catch up to these kids, right? So you just always lose. And I remember one time, right, that there was this other kid named Jacob, right, and we couldn't catch anyone, so we decided to quit. And he felt so bad for these kids, these 1 to 3 kids, right, I think it was 2. They felt so bad for us, right, that they literally just they literally allowed us to tag them, right, so we could actually play the game. But I'll be honest, I'm guilty of this, right? There used to be this really fat kid named Jacob. I would literally tag him because I was less fatter than him, right? And everyone would run away, and then he would be like gasping for freaking air, unable to catch anyone because he's so freaking fat. Kind of reminds me of that one time I played with this one very fat autistic kid, right? He couldn't catch anyone. He was getting mad, right? So I let him catch me a few times, you know, to be nice. But yeah. Oh, nothing, Nova. Never gonna say I came back and I heard my mouth hurts, my ass hurts. Oh, wait, it's a spicy meatball. Oh my fuck. Everything is covered. Ooh. Yo, bitch. Hey, yo, bitch. Give me some bread. All right. Old fee. Am I right? Not right. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you guys my story. Nova, since you're back, right? Do you want to hear the story of how yesterday there was a demonic presence that got summoned? That got summoned to curse me because I'm a Christian. I made a little YouTube short about it, but if you guys want to hear the story, I'll go ahead and tell you. Just make sure no one knows, okay? So yesterday, right? I was debating this one dude, from a Muslim dude, right? And it's not because I wanted to debate him. It's just because my friend thought it'd be a really good idea if this Muslim dude, right, and this Christian dude who know the books that they read, right, including the Hadith, the Torah, right? Okay, so something about me, right? Okay, so something about me that many people don't know is I'm actually very educated on the Torah. I'm very educated, right, on the Torah, the Quran, and the Christian Bible, right? I'm very educated on those things, right? Well, I can't remember scripture off the top of my head, right? I do remember a few Bible verses, right? And I do remember some passages from the Bible, right? Not clearly, but good enough, right, to debate someone over it, right? You know what I mean? And he thought it'd be a really good idea. Your B, my son needs to be. You're good. He thought it'd be a he thought it'd be, my Tristan would thought it'd be a good idea, right? If he put us together, right? And we started a little debate because, like, Tristan knows how extremely, what do you call it, knowledgeable I am at the Bible, but also he does know how knowledgeable I am at the Quran, right? And the, what do you call it, and the contradictions that is in the Quran. You know what I mean, right? I'm very educated about it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't fully read the Hadith nor the Torah, right? But I know enough of it to debate about someone about it. And I do know a lot about the Quran because at one point I was converting and trying to become Muslim at one point, right? Because when I was, you know, followed into religion, right, I was trying to become Muslim at one point, and that's why I'm more educated about the Quran than most people will ever be. Like, it's okay, I would say that, right, this, I know more about the Quran than most Muslims do. I would say that, right? Not the Hadith or anything, right? Or nor the Torah, because I haven't read those scriptures in full, right? But as soon as I do, right, yeah, I would say that I'm very knowledgeable about all those things, right? And I do know a lot. So if you question me about it, right, I can contradict if you tell me. This is the thing. He wanted us to be together because Tristan knows how good I am at using people's own words to contradict themselves, right? And we started debating for a few days, and I think it's been like a week or so, you know, maybe a little bit more, right? But I kept the guy kept contradicting himself multiple times, right? Because I wouldn't use the Christian Bible, I would use his Hadith, right? And I would use his Quran, and I would bring up these Bible verses that prove the Bible was real, right? Because the person Muhammad, who's the one who wrote the Quran down, right, has so many unbelievable errors inside of it, right? That's why, and this is no hate to Muslims or anything, right? But when I noticed and I was reading it, right, there's unbelievable, so many errors, right, that tell you to go to Christianity, right? You know what I mean? I'll give you an example. I believe it was Surah 930, right, in the Quran, where it states that the Jewish and the Christians know the truth, right? So if we know the truth, right, then the book isn't corrupted. Good. Second of all, right, let me try to remember another passage. Second of all, there was this one passage, right? This is what Muslims don't believe, right? I'll get the fundamentals down. Muslims do not believe that Muslims do not believe Jesus is the Son of God. They don't believe that. You know, because apparently to them, right, Allah is the Father to no one. Remember this is really important. Allah is nor the Father to no one, right? But a lot of them will still use, when Jesus was talking to the Father, right, he was talking to God, but he's only a prophet, right? So the first contradiction I got him is this. He said this. I said what? He said when he was talking, he told me this. He's like, when he was talking to him, he called him Father because, you know, that's what he referred to him as. That it doesn't actually mean that he's the Father, right? But if you go right to the scripture of the Quran and the Hadith, right, it says that Allah is not a father to anyone, right? You know, the next contradiction is this: why would God be a human? That doesn't make sense. You know, if you're a human, you're not an all-powerful God. Well, you can say the same thing about the Quran, you know, because Allah cannot have a son. He cannot have a son. In order for him to have a son, he must have sex with I believe, a woman from this earth, right? So if you have to do that, right, in order to have a child from this earth, are you all powerful? No. But if you're a god and you're able to turn yourself into a human and humble yourself, right, that you are still technically God because you can humble yourself in that way. Correct? Correct. Right. The next contradicting I got him is this. I said, so you want me to believe in your book that is 500 years older than the original scripture? And Muhammad in scripture actually says, right, that if you do not believe the revelations of the Quran, you can go to the previous scriptures, right, and read the previous scriptures before the Quran, which is telling you to read the Old Testament and to the Old Torah. In the Old Testament, right, it describes Jesus taking the sin for us, right, and dying on the cross. It says that he claimed that. He says, if you do not believe this, the word of Allah, go to the previous scriptures. And the previous scriptures are the Old Testament, right, and the Torah. And in the Torah and the Old Testament, right, it tells us what's going to happen to this man. Right? That's another contradiction that I found. Second of all, right, he said this. He said, did you know Muhammad is actually claimed in the Bible, right? And he pointed this one verse out, right? And I forgot what it was, right? The translation in Hebrew, right, spells Muhammad. Okay, that's what it spells to. But the thing that he forgot to mention, right, is that he himself mistranslated it, because it doesn't say Muhammad, it says Muhammad's, right? Because the word Mahmid, right, while it does mean Muhammad's, it means it in the plural sense. It doesn't mean it in that one sense, right? So when you read out the scripture that he was saying, right, because Mak and Mahmid is two different words, right, that are combined together. Mak means for each their own or something, or each for their, right? And the rest means Muhammad's. You won't, as a human, you won't describe, you're not gonna say you're more than one person because you're using word plural, right? That doesn't make sense. And the word mak means something different, right? You know? And when we put this in the Hebrew text version, right, he's referring to himself as more than one person, and as well as the sentence doesn't make sense because it's not using proper grammar, right? So how can this sentence be correct if it's not using proper grammar and he refers to himself as multiple beings? That doesn't make sense. Unless he himself is calling himself God, right? Which we know he isn't, because he never claims to be. He claims to be a prophet, right? That's the only issue. And when you read scripture, right, it is the only issue when it comes up in Hebrew. But when you translate it in pretty much any other language, right, it doesn't even say Muhammad. It's talking about the Father, the Lord, right, and about his grace. It's not referring to him, right? Why is it the only problem? Because it is it is a mistranslation, and it only happens in Hebrew. That's the only issue, and that's the problem. Right? That's another contradiction, no? Right? And I kept contradicting him in all these points, and I kept going back and forth, right? He would tell me something, and I would completely contradict him, right? You know what I'm saying? And he would say something, I would bring up a point, he would say something, I would bring up another point, he would say something, contradict it, oh my fuck. Ooh, fuck. Ooh, shit. You know what I mean? And this is not to be a dick, you know, to him. This is not to be, you know too much information, how people are going to argue with you. This is not to be a dick to him or to his religion or anything, right? But when you contradict yourself that much, right, and I'm pointing out the blatant contradictions, right, of your Quran, and you can't even point out a single contradiction of mine, right? Like, he kept pointing out these quote-unquote contradictions in mine, right? But I kept disproving them, right? Because I literally had to, like, dude, I went so into it, right? I taught myself a few Hebrew words, right? So I would properly, like, know the definition, you know what I mean, right? Like, I literally was translating stuff in Hebrew and stuff just to make sure I got my points correctly and I wasn't being fooled. He only got me in one point. I claimed that Adam wasn't in the Torah. That is incorrect. Adam is in the Torah, right? But the thing that is, I meant to say that Eve is not in the Quran, because Eve, nowhere in the Quran there is Eve, right? The other information they get about Jesus is according to the Bible, right? You know, that's where they get the majority of their information from. That's where most Muslims get the information from, and they want to claim it's corrupted, even though Muhammad himself, right, said go read the previous revelations of the scripture. So if he says it's corrupted, right, but yet again he's contradicting himself and saying that these verses are not Like, if you don't believe in this, go read the other revelations, right? It doesn't make sense, you know? Like, how is he gonna tell you this? He's telling you this, right? He's telling you this. He's saying, hey, what do you call it? The Bible, what do you call it? He's telling you all of this. He's saying that the Bible is incorrect, right? But then in a scripture from the Quran, it says if you don't believe in this, right, go read the original scriptures. So he's confirming the original scriptures are true. This includes the Old Testament and the Torah and the Bible. And the Bible tells you something completely different. You know what I mean? That's an instant contradiction. That's number one. And there's multiple of these passages that I called out, right? Like the Muhammad thing, nowhere does it say Muhammad in the Bible. That is incorrect. That is factually incorrect, right? That's like the same thing when it came, because and not a lot of people are gonna like this, right? But as a Christian, I'm gonna say it how it is, right? The fact of pedophilia came up, right? So if you go to Surah 68:8, or I believe Surah 68:4, but I believe it's Surah 68, Surah 68 in the Quran, right? It says, it's basically saying that Muhammad is a good role model, and Muslims should try to be like him, right? And I pointed that out, right? And of course, according to the Islamic belief, right, all prophets are born of a virgin birth, right? And also all of them, right, apart from being born of a virgin birth, are sinless, right, or do not commit any major sins. So you're telling me a guy who had sex slaves as women, had multiple wives, I believe up to 4 to 8, right, who raped a child at 9 years old, right, and who had 86 wars in his lifetime, would kill Christians, right, in the streets. You don't think that's a major sin then? That's contradictory to what you think. And according to the Islamic belief, rapists get killed, then why didn't he? Well, and then he tried to explain this to me. He's like, oh, but God gave him permission. And then he said this, you know more than God? No, I do not know more than the Father himself, right? What I do know is common sense, right? What I do know is common sense. You know what I mean, right? You're not going to let your child nor sister get raped, right? So just because your false god is telling us, right, that it's okay, doesn't make it all right. That's not, if God is telling you to do that, right, that's not God, that's Satan, or Shaitan, more in their language, right? It's called Shaitan, not Satan, And most people, when they pronounce the Quran, it's not Quran, it's Quran, right? And they say peace be upon Jesus. They have a lot of respect for Jesus, but that's something about them. They have a lot of respect for Jesus than most people do, right? But they get the fact of him not being the Son of God wrong, because apparently Scripture has been corrupt, even though Muhammad himself says it multiple times it hasn't, throughout the entire Quran. So, and then he would try to bring some points up. I forgot. Let me try to think of a point. He's like, I don't get the Trinity. How can when Jesus Christ died on the cross, remember when he said, oh Father, why have you forsaken me? Remember when he said that? And he's told me this. Well, he said this. He said, why did he say that? Is he praying to himself? No, he is doing the prophecy of Solomon. He's literally just repeating the scripture of the prophecy, right, that I believe Solomon, or he said, right, many years ago. That's the scripture that he's saying. He's not saying that to the Father. Excuse me. He's not saying that to the Father. That's what he's saying because he's fulfilling a prophecy that's going on right now. That's why. He's not saying that to the Father. He's saying that because of the prophecy that was prophesied before Jesus came into the world and before he was born. That's what he was repeating. He wasn't talking to his Father. It was completing the prophecy. That's what it was doing. Right? So we got that point debunked, immediately debunked, right? What's the next thing? 500 people witnessed Jesus, right, resurrect from the dead. All 12 of his disciples died brutal and horrible deaths. I believe Peter got boiled either in oil or water, and then one of his other disciples got cut in half, right, starting at his penis and down his member and down all the way to his entire body. That's how he died, right? Another disciple, John the Baptist, I believe, got beheaded. And none of these men ever changed their story, right, about seeing Jesus resurrect from the dead. None of them ever changed their story about seeing him resurrect from the dead. They didn't die for a belief, they died for what they saw. And most of these guys died in super horrible ways, like horrible graphic ways, but none of them ever took the claim back that they said that Jesus was not Lord, and none of them ever took back that he rose from the dead. They all of them died brutal, horrible, torturous deaths, right? Either for hours on end. Someone died, right, to a cross backwards, because the reason they wanted to be crucified backwards, even though that's more painful, is because they don't believe that they deserve to die the way Jesus did, because of what he did for us. So they crucified him backwards, but none of them ever took their word back. 11 of them died all brutal, horrible deaths, right? But none of them ever recounted that he wasn't God. Second thing is this. The reason I say 11 and not 12, even though there was 12 disciples, is because one of them ended up hanging himself, right? According to the historical, historical papers that we do have of him. Even Pontius Pilatus, right, in his papers that we have of Pontius Pilatus, which is the guy who did crucify Jesus, right? Even though he didn't even think Jesus was the Son of God, even in his personal papers that is not documented in the Bible, said that he saw Jesus walk for 30 days as soon as when he got up at 3 days and he started walking for 30 days, and he saw Jesus around the town being alive, and that he saw like the spine, the little nails go through him. He saw like the indentations in his hand, right? And he saw the wound in his chest. And this is not found in scripture. This is found in historical documents that we have. You know what I mean, right? That's another, thing, right? I did my research on this, right? Someone can argue with me. I did my research on this, bro, because I wanna, like, someone wants to, like, debate me on this stuff, right? I'll debate you. I'll bring out scripture. I'll bring out everything, right? I'll bring out whatever you need to. This is why I'm trying to get into the Torah, and this is why I'm trying to get into more of the Quran, but I'm trying to get into the Jewish Bible as well. I want to read the Jewish Bible so I can educate myself more on how they lived, how they think about Jesus, and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Laura? That's why I really want to get into the Jewish Bible so I can understand, right? You know what I mean? If like a Jewish person, talks to me, right, and I can help them change their mind and see the actual truth, right, I'll do that. I really want to know all the scriptures, and I really want to remember scripture at the top of my head, but that's the best I have of memory. I do have a lot of things written down in my phone, right, that I have saved for later. A lot about the Bible, a lot about the Hadith, and a lot about the Quran I have saved on there. I really want to get into more of the Torah and more of the Jewish Bible, just because, like, I want to understand it better and potentially help someone actually see that, what is the truth, you know what I mean, right? Who is truly Lord, and none of these false gods, you know what I'm saying, or prophets, right? That's why I'm really, like, intertwined in it, right? I do like having a fun I do like having a fun little debate, though. I'm not gonna lie, I do like debating people because it is quite fun debating people on this topic, especially when you see their face, right? When you're like, oh shoot, then when they're like, oh shoot, you actually know a lot about this, and I'm contradicting myself, when they realize, right? That's why I love doing it, just to help them out, to see the light, to see the truth, you know what I mean, right? So that's why. The only reason I became so religious is because I actually had an encounter with Jesus. I don't know if I told you. Did I ever tell you, Nova? Did I ever tell you my encounter with Jesus, or no? That's the only reason why I'm really religious right now, right? And like, yeah, I still like fall of short, still Christian, all that stuff, but I had a encounter with him, and that's like the main reason I would say why I believe in him so much now, is because I had a physical encounter with him, and I saw him, and that's the whole reason why I know he's the truth, you know what I mean? So I don't know, did I ever tell you about that or no? I don't know if I ever told. Are you even still here? I don't know. But like I had an encounter. If you're still here, I had an encounter one day with the living God himself, right? Like two encounters, maybe three, that genuinely changed my perspective on him, you know. Oh shoot, crap. No, but yeah, that's why, you know, so what I would say is this: when you genuinely have an encounter with Jesus and he either talks to you or he reveals himself to you, right? Either in a vision or a dream or whatever the case be, right? It genuinely will change you a lot, you know what I mean? Because it changed me a lot from being a hateful person, right? To being very prideful, right? To like almost stabbing people because they insulted me over something little, right? To understanding that, you know, it's okay and I shouldn't let things like that affect me, you know? And we should try to help those who cannot help themselves, you know? So genuinely, you have an encounter, you genuinely will change, you know what I mean? You have an encounter, you will change. Not by a little, right? By a whole mountain slide. So my best advice is this: if you want to see Jesus Christ, right, and you want him to talk to you either through the Holy Spirit or through his actual words, or you see him in a vision or a dream, my best advice, and this is genuine, right, if you genuinely want to see him, right, is have an open heart to accepting that there is a God out there, right? You know, that's what you must do. Have an open heart to accepting that there is a God out there. That's number one. Number two, right, is do a prayer, and this prayer, right, has helped me out significantly. This prayer goes like this. I'll show you guys the proper prayer. If you guys want to see Jesus Christ of Nazareth, right, I would genuinely show you guys the proper prayer you need to do, right, in order if you want to have a chance to see the living God himself, okay? This is not bullshit. This is not anything, you know? Shit. This is not bullshit. This is not anything. If you want to see the living God himself, right, I want you to repeat this prayer, right? And you can make this prayer better or worse, right? Well, better, excuse me, not worse, better, right? Or to your best ability, and it's this. And one, have an open mind. Number two is say, God, I know I've hurt you with my words. I know I've hurt you with everything I've done. I know I've hurt you with my sins that I've committed. But God, you don't need to show me. You don't need to reveal yourself to me, right? But if you could give me a sign, right, which you don't need to, you're not obligated to give me a sign, Lord, that you could do all things that are possible. You're not allowed. You can do whatever you want in your power. And if you don't want to show me, that's completely fine, right? I completely accept that from you, right? Because it is. Because and excuse me, we want to repeat this, is like, and it's completely in your will if you want to show me or not, and I completely respect that, but you have to genuinely, number one thing is you have to genuinely mean this in your heart, genuinely, right, like in your heart and your soul, right? And you want to like be very respectful. I was very respectful when I did it, right? And you want to genuinely say, please show me a sign, show me something, give me a vision or anything in your power, right? You don't even need to show me this, right? But you have to genuinely believe in this, right? And you have to ask, like, that's what I've noticed. If you ask very politely and honestly and truthful with your heart and your soul, right, he will give you a response either with a vision, he will either talk to you, or he will show you something in your life, right, that there is a God out there. He will genuinely show you something, but your first thing that you need to do is you must believe, and you like there's a God, and you must humble yourself and allowing your reality, right, to shatter and accept that it is a possibility, right? And you must be open to the idea with your heart and your soul. If you're not, then you cannot see him. And that's the only reason why I saw him, is because I opened my heart and the possibility to seeing the Lord. You know? That's the genuine truth. That's the genuine truth. Right? You must do that. And if you do that, he will speak to you and he will talk to you, right? Or you will see him. I guarantee that, because I saw him, and I come from a non-believer who cursed him out every single day because of what I was going through for the past 2 years, and I hated him, and I was a non-believer. You know? I always kind of maybe, you know, but never fully truly was like, yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's the genuine truth. All right? Humble yourself, and then he will show you. I will guarantee you that. That is 100%. That is not. That might sound like BS, fairy tale stuff, right? But that's the genuine truth. Humble yourself, and he will reveal himself to you. But you must humble yourself first, and that's like the key to it. You know what I mean? And I know I'm rambling. It's just because I talk and I'm sorry, right? Because I love the guy. You know what I mean? I genuinely love him. You know what I'm saying? Right? He changed my heart from a hateful heart to a loving and accepting heart, right? And being strong in my beliefs and stuff. I guarantee you that will happen. You just need to humble yourself and say, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. That's like one of the first steps you need to do. And after that, easy. After that, easy. He will show himself. Easy. I guarantee you. I promise. Right? But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna end the stream right now. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I just like talking about random stuff or godly stuff, right, as well, even though I know I'm not perfect. But I hope you guys have a genuine good day, and I'll see you guys later. It's around the 3-hour mark, so goodbye. May God bless every single one of you, even to the non-believers. He loves you. I freaking love you, right? You know what I'm saying? I love you. I even know you. Take care. Much love. And remember, I love every single one of you. All right. Oh, my ear hurts. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Much love, guys.